and we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't want to talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies, then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
Devin Haney reached out to Mark Kriegel via text and told him, I'm staying at 35 after I beat Lomachenko. That is a pay-per-view on May 20th. What does that mean for your future?
Hey, tell him, come on, I've been waiting for this for a long time. I swear to God, I've been waiting for that for a long time. Me and Devin been in the ring with each other for years. I always got the best of Devin. Tell him, come on.
All right, there it is. Shakur.
It's like me and Shakur, we talk like every other day. So, you know, I'm not ducking or dodging nobody, but that's not somebody I'm just in a rush to get in the ring with.
What's good? What's good? What's good with the fam? We back again. Monday, top of the top to the fam. Good Monday to the fam. I see everybody in the comments, but I'm gonna do this a little bit different, man, because I see everybody and I hear enough. I hear everybody yapping. So I'm gonna start off by saying, first off, difference between me and the average content creator, yeah, I'm gonna get into this, is you can't really find no content. Not really. I don't think you can find not a drop of content with me trying to make it look like Devin Haney a sucker or he ducking, right? So I don't really get into the personals that people have when they got a connection to the fighter. I don't care about that. You know, I rock with my boy, and I'm gonna keep rocking with him because I believe in his talent. So we definitely gonna have this conversation, but it's an open conversation for whoever wants to have it. Now I gotta put this disclaimer out here because people get things misconstrued. We can have this conversation, but with JusDueBoxing, it's a conversation. It's not, I don't have all the answers, so I'm not gonna sit up here and talk like I got every answer to everything. I can only go off what's out there. this live, and this is a good build. I think this is exactly what I wanted. It's heating up, and I love it. So I embrace this conversation, but mine's is not centered around who's a duck and who's not. I'm just going off what people saying because you know, the consensus is Shakur Stevenson is ducking. First it was Tank, now it's Shakur. Oh no, my bad. Let me rewind. First it was T.O., then it was Loma. Then it was Tank. Now it's Shakur. I mean, damn. I don't know who next to duck this man. I mean, nobody want to fight him from what I hear. But let me say what's up to the fam, and we gonna have this conversation for sure. Johnny Q, my bro, what's good with it? 817, my bro, what's happening with it, Brody? Said take the 25%. Floyd took 37%, and that was never the B side again. No excuses. He lucky to even get a shot, seeing as though he pushed Loma forward with his comments. I hear you. I love the bottle service. I still think my boy get 5 stars for the bottle service. We're gonna get to it because I'm gonna drop the link so y'all could come up if y'all want to. Cause I'm really not into the duck talk because I think to be honest, I think it's bluffing. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I think it's bluffing. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna see. Because again, I mean, you say you sent the offer of 25%, but if I'm not mistaken, I don't even think you got 25% for Cambosis. So again, I take that with a pinch of salt. I take that with a grain of salt. Midnight Salute fan. No, man. Don't do that. Cause see, Midnight, you might not know I block people for that, bro. I really block people for that. Cause let me put this out real quick. Because one thing we don't do over here, this is why I put this disclaimer out. Nobody is going to be in my chat talking about Haney hate because everybody don't see everything the same way when it pertains to Devin Haney. We're not going to do that over here. Just Do is about giving everybody just due. That's why I say I have conversations. Everywhere else, it's going to be an argument. Over here, it's going to be a conversation. We're going to start it by being accountable for what we're saying. There ain't no Haney hate over here. I don't like that. Like that, we don't do that. We don't do that over here. Because Just Do, you can't find nowhere a soundbite where I'm hating on this dude. So we're going to kill that right there. We're just going to kill that. T, what's good with it, T? Mike Kirkland, my bro. LaMarcus, what's good with it? Judah Ben, what's good, my bro? You already know, man. We're going to talk about it. Josh, what's good, Brody? Let me say what's up to the people. Flawless Mentality. Dr. Mark, what's good, OG? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. Joe, what's good with it, Brody? What's good with it, T? Yeah, like I know everybody want to try to steer the narrative. Over here, we don't do hate-filled content or videos. We don't drive narratives. We talk about what's out there. And over here, we do it with a sense of respect, like, because we don't have all the answers. So we only going off what we think of the situation that's out there. And it's not one way over here. Yeah, we could say, yeah, take the 25%. But at the same token, you could also say he don't have to say yeah to the first offer. He say he didn't turn down the fight. He just turned down 25%. So let's be real and let's not push no narratives that suit your argument today. Let's be real about it. Let's put everything on the table. Salute to everybody in the building. Miss Joette, salute to the queen. Ashley's Corner, what's good with it, cuzzo? How you feeling? 10K, what's good with it? I don't even want to say pricing itself out, 10K, but what I want to say is I got to take the 25% with a grain of salt because it's like a low ball offer. And again, y'all, I'm just going off of what Haney said himself. When he got that bullshit offer from Cambosis, before he accepted it, remember, it was some complaining about him being lowballed and it being a slave deal. So why then do you turn around and offer even less than the slave deal you was offered for Cambosis? Why? That don't make sense to me. Don't make a lot of sense to me, bro. He don't like it. He said, what has he done to get more? I mean, look, we're going to talk about that too, yeah. Marcus, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Big Dog Willie in the super chat. Let's go. If anything, it's Shakur hate. Just don't do no hate. I don't care what fighter I like. You know what I'm saying? If anything, that's what I've been seeing. Some hate. Y'all doing any and everything trying to make a young man look like less than the man that he really is because he said no to 25%. That's crazy.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Athletic Mind, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? Zoom, what's good, bro? He said, "What, at 25%? You knew that shit would get a hell no." Hey, man, but look, over here, I want to be clear. I want people to hear me. We can have this conversation, y'all. You get what I'm saying? But people make it seem like it's one way or no way. Oh, if he didn't accept 25% like he did, and he didn't do that for Cambosis, it was 30. I think I got a clip in here that said that is show that'll back up what I'm saying. What's good with the Athletic Mind? How you feeling, bro? Mike Kirkland, what's good with it? Devin don't want to fight, in my opinion. He's been in the ring with Shakur, so he knows better than us. Talk to him, Mike. Talk to him,
and
bro.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
What's good with the family? I'm gonna drop this link in a second, though, man. We gonna talk about it. Like, again, if y'all want to have a conversation about it, we definitely can have a conversation about it. But unlike other guys, Just Do don't have all the answers, and this is not an attempt to protect Shakur Stevenson. He don't need me to protect him. Like if you watch him, you know that he don't need no protecting from me. But we gonna have this conversation because I hear a lot of not keeping the same energy and not being consistent. That I hear a lot of that. I hear a lot, bro. I hear a lot. Yeah. If anybody being disrespectful, you already know. Check them. Behind the Hands TV, my guy. What's good with it? It's a mandatory split. Opponent split. Shakur won't make it anywhere near close to the money the fight is worth. No duck. It's just a rookie contract. Right. See, I could feel that. I could rock with that. Take the 25%. Shakur lost his belts. Boom. Right. King of Bounce. Salute, fam. Appreciate you stopping through, man. Salute to you. MAB, what's good with it, fam? Shakur looking like he not hungry no more. Nah, I don't think Shakur looking like he not hungry no more. Shakur looking like he willing to do business and he ain't going to take the first offer that was given to him. So I say this. I see intent behind that offer. Some people could call it what they want to call it. I'm going to call it what I want to call it, which is down the middle, unlike most people. I just feel like that shows intent. The fact that we in here and we got to go back and forth about splits tells me everything I need to know. Y'all not understanding. Y'all not hearing me. It sound good, but the fact that you got to try to even shortchange somebody, low ball them, any of that shit, it tells me intent. It shows me intent, in my opinion. Vacate Shakur, collect those belts, and he can fight the Regis. That's cool. MNB salute, fan. Andrew Gray, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Joseph was good. Shakur biggest paid it anyway. Devin second highest paid at 135. It possibly have a stretch. Shakur don't. Devin Riley should get less than Devin. But look, again, he the A side in this equation, right? So I'm not. The issue for me is not him getting less money. I think again, like we seen this story just play out with Earl and Bud, man. When you start throwing percentages out there and everybody know what happens typically, a fight don't get made, bro. A fight don't get made. Everybody ain't claim he the new boogeyman. Everybody is saying what's fact. He came to the division and got turned down by several guys before somebody said yes. This is why people were saying people was ducking him. And again, all the way up until now, y'all did not have a leg to stand on. Again, aside from we're gonna drop the link, man. And Jones, what's good with it? What's good with it? That's how I look at it, bro. Cambosis also put 40,000 asses in seats. I don't know what that got to do with it. Price boy 85. What's good with it, fan? Yeah, if ain't nobody being disrespectful, don't time him out. It's all good. Mike, what's good with it, my bro? Devin, what's good with it, fan? 25 now. Can't give him that. Hey, yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it for sure, man. Let me scroll to the bottom, man. Let me get here, man. Let me drop the link, man. If y'all want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation, but I don't do arguments. Like, I don't have all the answers no more than y'all do. I hear a lot of speculating. I hear a lot of people giving their opinion. That's all we doing at the end of the day. So again, I just want to be clear. It's give and take over here. I ain't got all the answers. Part of the reason I'm gonna drop the link because I'm gonna let people come up here and say what y'all want to say. You get what I'm saying? But again, I don't do personals. This is not a personal discussion. This is not a conversation to see what man is better than the other, except for when they get in the ring. So again, nobody in here. I respect everybody's opinion. Some people, more than others because y'all really be on it. But at the end of the day, it's negotiating for a reason, man. So if he say no to one thing, then send him another offer. So again, at the end of the day, it don't have to be the end all be all either. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that, man. That's how I look at it, man. And in facts, they acting like he ain't did nothing. He did nothing. He did something at 26, did something at 30. I just see somebody using the business of boxing to not make a fight. That's what I think. And I don't think, again, I'm gonna play this clip again, bro. Again, it's a reason why I play this clip. It's the reason why I
talk like every other day. So, you know, I'm not ducking or dodging nobody, but that's not somebody I'm just in a rush to get in the ring with.
He said that's not somebody he's in a rush to get in the ring with. Show me the clip of Shakur Stevenson saying the same thing and then showing different energy the way he showed different energy since fighting Lomachenko. That's all I'm saying. Show me that. Show me the clip, somebody. Big Dog 817, what's good, bros?
What's good?
What's good, big dog? What's good, Just?
What's up?
Talk to me, bro. You know, with me, see, you already know me, so I ain't got to give you no rundown. What's good? Talk to me, bro. What you got on it, man?
Hey, well, you can go first.
I'm looking at it, and we got two different situations that I use to look at this, right? One, of course, Kambosos and Dev, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all know Kambosos didn't want to fight Dev. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to take a victory lap too, or at least lose to Loma. You know, there's a lot of cultural implications in that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other shit that went with that. We know Kambosos didn't want to fight Dev. So he sent that shitty ass contract over there. Now, if Dev would have tried to negotiate that contract or whatever, it would have gave Kambosos every excuse and every other reason not to fight Dev that he was already making before. You feel what I'm saying? He sent that bullshit thinking Dev wasn't going to sign it. And Dev signed it, fought him twice, and his shit, and whooped his ass both times. You know what I'm saying? Now he calling his shots. Kind of like Floyd did with Oscar. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Floyd already knew Oscar time was up. You know what I'm saying? But he was the A side, right? And Floyd already knew, hey man, I take this little bite of castor oil now, I ain't gonna never have to take it again. You dig what I'm saying? And you didn't. So all I'm saying is, all right, Shakur, right? We talked about him being at 130 and Bob telling him he wasn't gonna pay for him to get them other two belts. Say Undisputed was stupid or whatever, right? So, you know, he already told you he wasn't pushing for you to get Undisputed at 130. Whatever went down, whether, you know, he told you to chill and you'll clean up 135 after I get done with Dev there. Plus, you know, you and Dev already had that I move up, you move up thing, right? We all know that was there. Then all of a sudden, Bill got to talking, and that shit blew out. That shit blew out the window. Now, you know what I'm saying? Shakur won't smoke. Okay, so if you want,
when you leaving?
So if you want smoke, right, and you move up to 135, you did what I'm saying.
Salute, fam.
You beat Yoshino or whatever. You looking at him all sus and shit in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Then you put Loma in front. Goddamn me, which comments? And now ever since then you've been back doing saying you want to fight, you want to fight, you want to fight. You did.
Right.
You sending bottles and shit, all this shit, right? So if that's the case, bro, right? If that's the case and you got the mandatory shot, I know that 25% ain't what, you know what I'm saying, you feel you worth this, that, and the third, right? But if you know that's the only way you're going to get your shot, right? This nigga basically, he pulling your cord. He saying, you know, if you really want to fight, you'll just take this 25%. You feel what I'm saying?
That's one way to look at it.
Right. If you really want to fight, you'll just take this 25%. You don't really want to fight. I really want to fight. I really want to sacrifice whatever the fuck it took.
And real quick, I knew you was going. I figured you would say that because
that makes sense. So that's all I'm saying. That's why I got this. You feel what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day,
I see a little bit of intent also too, and some bluffing. Why I say that, because if you got 30, like I got this pulled up, if you got a 70-30 split with Kambosos, why are you, and remember, before you accepted it, y'all was calling that a slave contract. So why would you then turn around and give a guy less than what you just called a slave contract is my thing. That's why I see a bit of intent and some bluffing. And again, I played that other clip because, again, maybe it's out there and I haven't come across it, but somebody showed me the clip where Shakur said out his mouth, he's not in a rush to fight him. Because I know that's what I heard Devin Haney just say. And I also said the reason he said it is because I just don't think they in each other plans. But instead of just saying that, you're going to bluff and you're going to offer a contract, in my opinion, that I think you felt like he wasn't going to take. But now, I get you, 817. I'm with you. Yeah, he could just do the Floyd Mayweather thing and call his bluff. And me, as a supporter of his, a genuine one, I swear I would love for him to do it. So this is not to defend him. I don't have an answer for why he not, other than what he said, he feel like he worth more. But other than that, there's no way you can negotiate more. It's just over if you don't take exactly what I give you. That don't sound like you really in the business of wanting to make a fight anyway, right?
Right.
So you negotiate more.
Check it out.
You didn't turn a fight down.
Hold on. Can I say something? Can I say something real quick? Go ahead.
Talk to me. Never did the trap. What's good with it, fam?
Okay, so this is what. So I'm gonna come with the real about this. So this is WBC, right? He's for the WBC. He's bidding, right, for the belt. He's a Mando for the WBC, right?
I think they moved him. Unless I got it wrong, they moved him out the
mandatory now. After he lost to Devin, they put Lomachenko.
Yeah, they moved
him. Who's the Mando? What is he Mando for?
Nothing.
He's not a Mando.
Nothing. Okay.
They never announced that though. They just said that he's number one. They never said that he was the mandatory champion.
He's not number one though. Lomachenko number one.
No, so he is. I think he is the Mando.
He's not.
It doesn't work like that. Like they have to name you the mandatory challenger. Like you could be number 2 or number 3 and be the Mando. You don't have to.
So who's the Mando?
This ain't the diss him either. This was just to make a point with the percentage that he offered. Why you can't at least at the bare minimum offer what you
Cambosis send the offer? Didn't Cambosis send the offer?
Devin Haney had a strap too though. Shakur ain't got no straps. Devin Haney did have a strap.
He had one strap. Okay, right. Good point, TWT. But my thing is also, didn't Cambosis send the contract?
I believe so.
Yeah. So think about it. So if Cambosis sent the contract, you see he got the guarantee 10 that Dev only took home 2.8, and the PPV or pay-per-view share was 70-30. He sent the contract. Dev signed it. So I mean, are we saying that Dev negotiated this with Cambosis, or he just took the contract that Cambosis sent him? And if that's what Cambosis sent him, maybe Cambosis said that 70-30, and me getting a guaranteed 10 million is something that boy won't sign, and he signed it. Just you see what I'm saying?
But I think what you guys are saying is a feeling. Go ahead.
There's no argument for me with that. Like, I get you, but I don't think the conversation ends there because he won't take 25%. And I think that's what the consensus is. Oh, he's ducking. He won't just take exactly what he gave him. Then they bringing up Floyd and all this other shit. That ain't got nothing to do with these two dudes. My thing is, I just don't see why you would offer him a lesser split. It's just, to me, I see intent. But I will never argue a person saying why he won't just take it, because I just told y'all, as a genuine supporter of his, I do wish he would just take it. I really do. And call what I feel like is a bluff. But I can only feel like that. And boxing don't care about how I feel, it's how it look. So again, I have no argument for why he's not just saying the 25%, other than what he said. You feel like that's BS and you know it. And again, he made it clear. I didn't turn down the fight. I just said no to 25%. So my question is, where do you go from here now that you know he didn't take it? Because you get what I'm saying? That's why I said it's a conversation for me. It's about getting straightening. It's not about trying to make somebody look like a duck. That shit is played. Like we went through that with Crawford and Spence. I'm good on that. What do you do now? Is it over, or is it just he a duck because he didn't take 25%? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, is it just over? Take what I give you. And I get some people that's going to run with that, and it's cool because I don't have an argument there. But it's like, where do you proceed from here? Do you just stop talking about the situation, or do you try to make sense out of it? And that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at. I get it. He said no. All right, what's the next order of bid? Where do you go from here? What's the conversation now? You get what I'm saying? It got to be more in depth than just calling somebody a duck. That's weak as hell, man. Because again, if I just run down all the names that they want me to believe either ducked him or is ducking him, it get crazy.
When you gonna be in a better position? When you gonna
and again, the guys that he got on his resume are lesser guys than all of the guys that they're saying is ducking him. And I see a pattern. I'm like, yo, everybody's ducking him.
Hey, when is he going to be in a better position, Just? When is he going to be in a better position? And I mean, here's the thing, right? Let's say another 15%. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of motherfucking money, right? A lot of motherfucking money. But what better position would you be in, right? Because again, the position never got better for Renzo. It never got better. The money got better. The money got better, but his position never got better. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm saying at the position that Shakur is at right now, he could take everything that Devin got right now and use that same goddamn precipice. Say, man, the motherfucker tried to feed me dog food because he was scared and he knew he didn't want me. He just knew I wasn't gonna take it. Well, guess what? You know what I'm saying? Right. I took his shit. I took that bullshit. I took his shit, and I ain't never taking shit from nobody else. I'm just saying at the end of the day, if I'm Shakur and I'm putting my head on the pillow, that's what I'm on.
And I get that. But again, it's like, where did the conversation go if he is steadfast on not taking 25%?
Because shit, you're fighting that 140.
What I'm saying is, I think at that point, it just got us. The bullshit got to stop, and reality got to settle in. It ain't time for this fight because it's obviously it's too much bluffing going on to me. And I say on both sides, posturing, whatever you want to call it, and on both sides. I can call him on his side for not taking 25%. I could call him on the other side for offering it. It's to me, I just call it down the middle, and that's how
I do got a question.
Devin said he don't want to fight him, and Devin said he don't want to fight him, right? So if you know he don't want to fight you, and he sent you an offer, right?
No, he said
it wasn't his plan, but he sent you an offer. You claim you want to fight him, like that's what you want to do. You've been wanting to fight Devin. I didn't know you want to fight Devin to this year, to tell you the truth. But he said he's been wanting to fight Devin. You know what I'm saying? So if Devin said you're not even in my plans, bro, but if you want to make me do something different, this the contract you got to take. It ain't no negotiating there, bro.
I mean, I just at that point, then it ain't gonna be no fight being made because I don't see him taking 25% because people at home said he should take it. Although I respect it, and I said this a number of times already. I don't have an argument. I'm not arguing for him. I'm trying to get some understanding. I don't get how people think that he can't negotiate. Like, I don't get it. Like, it's what I give you or nothing. Like, I don't see it being that way. I just don't.
Me and T had this discussion.
That's not the fight he wants.
And again, I said this again. I said this again, man. Like, people could try to make it seem like it's cool what he's doing and justify it. But if he himself didn't take 25% and he thought what Kambosos' offer was a slave deal, why would you turn around and do that same style of business again? And I find it to be very convenient because you're in there, you're up against a guy that's equal to your skill level, and this is the route you want to go instead of just doing good business and making a fight. Again, man, it's more. What I'm saying is, it's more than one way to look at it.
That's not the fight that he want to fight.
Who said that's actually what happened, though? Who said that's what actually happened? Like, who actually said that Devin Haney actually sent Shakur an offer? Because Shakur said he's not taking 25%. But who said that Devin sent them an offer? Like, the rules, the purse split by the sanctioning bodies is 75-25. That don't mean that Devin even sent them an offer. And then I asked you last night, who sends the offer? This comes through Bob Arum. So where did the money come from? That's what I'm asking. Who said that Devin Haney sent over an offer, and then who put up the money for him to make that offer? Like,
that's a good point.
Just because Shakur came out and said he's not taking the money, don't mean that Devin Haney even said nothing, because we wouldn't have known nothing about this if Jay Prince and Shakur never said anything. So
But see, the perspective.
Marcus is very staticky. I'm not sure if it's my speaker or his, because when he talks, it's very like it goes in and out.
It's
No,
probably
that's Deep Free Master. He got his mic up, and every time somebody talks, you can hear the feedback.
Okay. No, and to this whole Devin situation with, I go back to all the interviews him and Shakur did on other platforms and stuff like that, and Shakur outright called it live on he called that, and then Bill cut in before Devin could respond, saying, "You're not ready. You're not even ready for Devin smoke and stuff like that. Like you're not even ready. Like let's be honest. Well, I think Devin wants to fight, but his father doesn't. Like let's be honest.
I mean, look, I can't tell nobody wrong for how they think, and I'm not going to tell them. And real quick to the Jay Prince thing. Jay Prince did say something about pricing themselves out, but he didn't say an amount. He didn't put a number out there. I know he said it. I get it, but he ain't say a number.
I think honestly, for this fight to happen, I think
for a Shakur fight.
And that to me, I'm not pushing that either, though. I'm not like I hear some people saying that, but again, I'm not with the narrative, so I don't want to make it look like he doing that either. Like for me, and I'm just giving my honest opinion on it again, because that's all you can do is give your thoughts on it. Like we just giving our perspectives on it. I'm not out to make the man look bad, but I'm just
in order for this fight to happen, I think the fair percentage that the court should get is maybe 35%, 35 or 45%. In order for this to happen,
I mean, you know what? Bro. With him not being an A side, I understand him having the bulk of the money. That's not even really the conversation. I think what for me is, can there be any negotiation? What do you do after he say no to 25%? Because other than that, the conversation is really dead. So if there's no way to proceed past this point, then it's over with, and people can have a Shakur ducked them and don't want to fight him. They can have that, but I try to have real.
I'm not saying Shakur ducked them.
It's more complex than that.
And see, this is what me and T were talking about yesterday, and this is why I said I'm not going to fault Shakur Stevenson for not taking the 25%.
Loma didn't offer nothing either. And he gave him an opportunity. So if we talking that, what did Loma have to offer? Because he had shit to offer. He gave Loma an opportunity to achieve his lifelong dream of being undisputed, and he fell short.
Well, he had to fight. He had to fight again. It was either going to be Loma.
Loma had nothing. The same thing Shakur
He was just a name.
Just with losses on his record, if we being honest.
No, I mean the thing with Loma was a name, and that was somebody that Devin wanted to fight for a while. So that's what Loma was. That's what Loma was. But Shakur Stevenson's situation, I'm not going to fault him for not taking the 25% because that's lower than what the mandatory split would be. That's lower than what the mandatory split would be.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. He would get 35% as the mandatory. He would get 35%. If you do your research, he would get 35% as the mandatory. That's what he would get.
That's with them moving Loma out of the way. That's what creates. I mean, Loma back in position. That's what creates that issue because he's not even a mandatory at this point.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I said. I think he's worth 35.
When you start hearing people say, "What do you have to offer?" and all, that's all politics and BS. Do we know that would be a damn good fight? So why they can't just negotiate good business and just make the fight? That's where I'm at. But again, I don't. What do I know, right? That's just my thoughts on it.
D-Free just brought up mandatories. Mandatory. Could I ask a question real quick?
Go ahead.
Just, I'm wondering what this mandatory thing. I thought Shakur's mandatory for the title that he held at 130. That if he moves up, he gets an automatic shot at one of Devin's titles. I thought, does that still apply or
no? Opportunity on the scale, bro. And we talked about that. I felt like that was a missed opportunity for him too. I made no excuse for him there. That was a missed opportunity, straight up and down. It just was. I mean, you stayed there too long. You should have skipped past the fight. All that stuff is true, but I made no excuse for him, so I don't make excuses for him. But again, I just feel like it's some type of
that's what I was
conversation
wondering. If
had.
that
If
mandatory
both guys truly want the fight, then the conversation ain't gonna stop because he's not taking 25%. Is what I'm saying. That's what I feel like. I feel like they're gonna work it. They're gonna find a way to work it out. They both want it.
Devin said that 100 times. You played the clip. That's not the guy he want to fight. Devin,
that's what I'm saying. That's what
he's not negotiating with Shakur because that's not the fight he want. He want to fight Tank.
That, you know what I'm saying? And that's what Devin said.
We gonna make him. He made Shakur offer because he tired of everybody talking about it, right? Yeah. But that's not the fight he want. Like you said 100 times, dude.
Yeah, he said he would stay at 105%.
That just kind of makes a case for me. So why are they making it seem like it's a one-sided thing when you got a guy clearly told you he's not in a rush to fight him, and then he presents an offer that would indicate that. And since beating Lomachenko, his energy has not exhibited nothing that wants to fight him. And I said I respected him for it for not bullshitting and making it seem like he wanted to fight him. So all this 25% shit is blowing my mind. But on one end, you saying that's not the guy you want to fight, but on the other end, it's the guy you want to fight because you offered him something. We gotta make sense of it.
That's talking. What you just said is talking out of both sides of your mouth. Just what you just said is talking out of both sides of your mouth. Why do you say you don't want to fight him? Then give him this crappy offer.
He was never seeking out Shakur Stevenson.
But who said he got an offer? Y'all keep saying that same thing.
He was never seeking out Shakur Stevenson, bro.
Right.
Seeking out Shakur Stevenson,
and again, I could believe that. I could believe that, but again,
that's who he was seeking out. He was never seeking out Shakur, bro. If you want to fight, though, Shakur, you got to take this 25%. If you want to fight so bad, you say if you want to fight.
I mean, I could get that, but again, you gotta. I still feel like you gotta be realistic, bro.
Apparently, Devin, the Devin fight, the Shakur fight, I don't think is gonna happen. But I was hearing rumors that Devin wanted to move up to fight Tio before Tio relinquished his titles and stuff like that.
That was one of the plans.
He asking Devin to do a bunch of things he don't want to do. Know what I'm getting at? Like.
Again, bro. Over here, nobody is making Devin look like nothing. We just having a conversation. Nobody wants to make him look soft. We're having a conversation.
We making the A side do B side shit again.
I'm gonna say this, man. I tell you what. So again, now I hear this. He don't want to fight Shakur. He want to fight Tank. He ain't seeking him out, but I'm trying to understand why is it a bad thing for Shakur to seek him out when he set out his own mouth? That's what Shakur's supposed to do. So I'm wondering where all this extra energy coming from. This is why I say people seem like the energy switch up when it pertains to Shakur. Because before this contract situation, people were saying, what did he do to deserve a fight at Undisputed? And I'm trying to understand what did Loma do to deserve a shot at Undisputed? It's like people shoot themselves in the foot because they make arguments for him that you don't have to make. And I'm going straight off what the people be telling me. So again, you keep saying you shooting yourself.
The Loma thing, I think, is because Loma was formerly Undisputed.
The hell with moving the goalposts. People relocate the whole stadium when it come to him. They just pick up the whole stadium and move it. Started out in the Bay, now you out in New Jersey. Like, the shit is crazy. Like, just make sense of that. Don't tell me what somebody deserves. Is that a good fight for boxing? Like,
yeah, it's a good fight for boxing. It's a good fight for boxing, just like, and this is where what you just brought up with the Tank thing, not the Tank. You said something earlier about Loma.
Loma, they did say that too. I think the
reason why Loma kind of deserved it is because he never got his
Regis too. I just heard him getting credit for that. He won Regis, he won Tank, Shakur ducking him. That shit, like, everything can't be true. That's what I'm saying. It's not me. It's what people say. That's the people. And again, that's why I say when you come over here, you got to make sure it's a conversation with Just Do. Just Do ain't personal with Devin Haney. I support him. I'm gonna keep supporting him. But this is a good conversation to have, because how do you get this fight? Because it's a good fight. If people take their emotions out of it and just have a conversation, it's a damn good conversation to have. That's what I'm gonna always push. It's not a personal with me. People,
and just you brought up Loma earlier.
Ain't nothing fake. Ain't soft. Ain't nothing soft about a 24-year-old undefeated champion. I've said this numerous occasions. I don't get where people get that energy from. It don't come from over this side. I don't do that. It ain't a personal. I want to see them dudes fight. But I do know when I see energy switching up. I don't give a damn what nobody said. Because again, you got to go personal when it comes to Shakur. Now y'all turning this into a Tank and Devin Haney situation with them two. It's about fight. He want to fight him. Now he don't want to fight him for 25%. So the all bets are off right now unless they have another conversation. But if people want to say, look, he don't want it, cool, run with it. But I'm still gonna have a realistic conversation. And
so just you asked earlier about Loma.
Have all the answers, bro. Jonathan,
you asked about Loma earlier. You asked about how in my mind, I think the reason why Loma got that undisputed shot is because he didn't get a rematch after he lost the titles to Tio.
Nah, so he got it because I gave Dad credit for that. He got it because Dad wanted that shit.
Yeah, but Loma getting the he never got his rematch after losing his titles to Tio, is what I'm saying. So I think that's why he got that title shot against Devin.
Devin didn't pick Lomachenko either. Devin didn't pick Lomachenko either. Like Devin didn't pick him.
Oh, okay. It was a mandatory thing.
No, well, I said he picked him because I try to give him credit for it because that's what they say. They tell me the reason he fought Lomachenko.
We all know he wanted to fight Loma. We all know he wanted to fight Loma, but he had to sign to Bob to make that happen. Bob could have gave him Shakur. You know what I'm saying? He could have gave him Shakur if he wanted to.
Shakur, all that talking, smiling, stepped in the ring. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Look, I hear the energy. I get it. It's not about trying to defend him not taking 25%. It's more so about trying to understand it. And some people just minds are closed off, and that's just what it is. If he don't take exactly what he offered, then he don't want to fight, and you can run with that. But I
can have a fair.
It's deeper than just not wanting no fight. And again. I just don't understand why games got to be played when it comes to a quality fight being made. You got all this weird energy. What do he do? What do he offer? He offer a name. He a damn good fighter, and and he on his level. That's what he offered. Get the hell out of here. Like she said, beating Shakur Stevenson right now would be better than you beating Lomachenko when you beat him. Straight like that.
I got a question, dude.
Straight like that.
I got a question.
What's the better fight? Shakur Stevenson, division champion, unified champion with no losses on the record, a silver medalist. What we talking about? How wouldn't it be better than beating the guy that was already losing and what many say is on his way out? Shakur ain't on his way out, so beat his ass and start by offering that you know he'll take. And that's my take. So I understand people that feel like, look, yo, take what he give you. That's cool. No argument there. Mine's is not an argument. I just have a different point of view. Mine's is make that man an offer he can't refuse or give him something reasonable. And then see if he really don't want to fight you. That's just me. That's me. I don't feel like games should have to be played. Nobody should have to be lowball. All this percentage talk is garbage anyway, because we seen what just happened with the last fight. When everybody knew about percentages, that fight, look how long that took to happen. And I see the same bullshit happening with this one. Respectfully on both sides. You can call posturing on both sides. Shakur for not taking 25% and him for offering it. That's as fair as I could call it, man. But this whole notion he ducking and because it wasn't ducking when Dev wasn't responding. It wasn't ducking when he wasn't responding. I don't push that narrative, man. These dudes ain't ducking each other. Like I said, ultimately for me, I feel like the business of boxing is not in place for them dudes to fight. And if somebody when it's time for them to fight, I think nobody's going to be lowballed and ain't nobody going to be crying about no motherfucking percentages. That's just my opinion on it. I just don't see it happening at 35.
You're a fan of both guys.
Nobody knows if Dev is even going to fight at 35 again. You don't even know that. We just guessing it because I was getting told that he was going to fight Regis at 140 next. So again, people call everything, and everything can't be true at the same time. I don't care which way he go. If he go to 140 and get smoked, it's fine with me. If he stay at 135 and deliver a fight, it's fine with me. I'm not a guy banking on the dude to lose, but I just want to see what side of business is he going to stand on, because there's been a lot of things said and everything can't be true at the same time. But that don't make him no sucker, right? That don't make him no sucker. If he never fight again at 35, is he a sucker for not doing it? Saying that he was staying there for the rest of the year? No. It's the same thing with Shakur. I just don't get the personals. That's my issue with this. I'll let the fight be what it is. That personal shit ain't gonna get the fight made. Trying to call somebody a sucker or duck, that's not gonna get the fight made. Talking about if this business is reasonable, we'll get a fight made. Get what I'm saying? Getting on, really sitting down, talking with each other. To me, when Shakur said, "Why don't we all go to Bob Arum, the guy that can make the fight, and sit down and have a conversation?" And people called that stupid. I thought that just blew my mind to me, because that cuts out all the bullshit. And you know what else that cuts out? Twitter. Because you ain't gonna get no fight made on Twitter. I don't care who won up and who on Twitter with what post. That shit ain't gonna get this fight made. It ain't gonna get this fight made, bro. It's not. It's more than one way to look at it. You could say, yeah, he don't want to fight because he ain't taking what we gave him. But then you could say, yo, just give me something more reasonable, and yeah, we can make a fight. Tell me that sound unreasonable. It don't. It don't have to be one way or the other. It don't got to be the way I'm saying it either. I'm open to the other side. I get it. But on the flip end, it sound more reasonable. Look, give me something I could use, bro. Offer me something reasonable, bro, and let's make this fight. And then see if I really don't want to fight. Because I swear, let that man get something reasonable that I know is that I feel like ain't just something to throw out there just to get the fans doing exactly what they're doing right now. And that's just my opinion. I could be dead wrong. Dev could be like, look, bro, this is what you get, and that's it. Cool. But I'm like, I just don't think the fight is going to be made with so much ego involved. I don't think that's with them two. And the same thing with him and Tank is I want to see how that situation going to play out, being that people tell me that Shakur is not the guy. It, in fact, is Tank. Again, after I just been told that it was Regis. It can't be both of them, bro. Which one is going to be? And that's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem either way, but I just wanted to talk about what was going on now between these dudes. And again, I'm a reasonable dude because I don't drive the narrative. I try to stay straight down the middle. I just feel like you can offer that man something more reasonable and make a fight, bro. I don't think that's unreasonable to say that. But at the same time, if you want to be on your high horse, then it is what it is, bro. It's an all or nothing. I don't think it happens if 25% is your only and final offer. And that's what I'm saying.
Nobody said that, man.
If you feel like, look, he should take it, like I've been saying, cool, I get it. But for me, I'm gonna always say, look, offer that man. Just like I wasn't cool with him having to take bullshit to fight.
I got a real question.
Same way for them.
When did Shakur and Dale become the fight? When did Shakur and Dale become the fight?
When he got to 35.
Well, who got Shakur? Man, Tank and Dale been 35 for years.
When Shakur got to 30,
Dale been chasing Tank for years.
But again, it's just
so
what's out there, bro. Like this
ain't the fight I want to see. Like this ain't the fight. Like this ain't the biggest fight.
That's not really the conversation. It's not a bad thing, but I'm talking about what they're talking about right now. Now this whole he fighting Tank thing is new to me.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's new to me. This him fighting Tank, I promise you, is new to me. I did not know until I hear that they are putting pressure on him. I did not know that he had intentions on fighting Tank this year. I promise you that. That's not me being.
Devin wanted to fight Tank.
Say it again.
You didn't know Devin wanted to fight Tank
this year at 35? No, I didn't think that was. I didn't think that was something he was going to do.
Like in general, like period. Not even
fight Tank. Now I get that the energy between them, but again, I feel like he wanted to fight him just as much as Tank wanted to fight him. I do.
Devin and Shakur, bro. Devin and Shakur happened this year. That's what happened this year.
Yeah,
Devin and Shakur happened this year. I'm trying to figure out how Tank get off the hook. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, I don't feel like he off the hook. I just felt like
he off the hook, bro. That man said, "I'm gonna fight Devin and Shakur." I'm trying to figure out.
But look,
I'm trying to figure out, bro. What the fuck?
Where I'm going with this? Why Shakur became the fight because he said the only two people he would stay at 35 for was Tank and Shakur. That's what made Shakur relevant in this conversation, and the fact that we obviously know that would be a good ass fight. Like, regardless of who people think will win, it'd be a good ass fight. So again, this whole notion that he was going to stay again and fight another fight at 35 and risk being drained with Tank, that's different.
You just said do Shakur or Tank. So who you think is priority one for Devin? Honestly, like he didn't say it 100 times though, but who you really think?
Now look, I'm cool with it. But it's again that talk kind of stalled.
But if Shakur want to fight though, dude, if he want to fight though, he sent the offer. You know what I mean?
And if he activated his mandatory, it'd be the same contract too. So
if it's that serious,
it ain't no damn mandatory though. That's the thing, bro. That's the thing, man. KO, you could come on up, man.
Is the mandatory.
Come on up, man. Hey Terry, man, it will be no Shakur Stevenson slander in the chat, bro. Devin, I don't think the energy switched up. I don't. I just think it's simple. It's as simple as people having their opinion and everybody free to have one, bro. Because can't nobody back up a fact that because he don't take 25%, he don't want to fight. That's what you feel. That's what you think. And it's okay to think that, just like I don't think that that's the case. And it's deeper than me rocking with him. It's deeper than that. I just felt like it was BS to offer that from the beginning. But again, I feel like it's posturing. It's some posturing on both sides. And I've been said this. Some posturing on both sides. And again, when you got a clip with a guy saying that one guy is not a guy he's in a rush to get in the ring with, I play that for a reason, not to be funny, but when you see how the situation played out, and you got you got a guy that just said that, I mean, what we talking about? Because if it was Shakur saying I wasn't in a rush, that's what people would be hanging their hat on. But I'm not trying to do it in a negative light. I'm just showing people, do he really want to fight as much as y'all trying to make it seem like too? Because I don't think so. You can't prove what I'm saying to me. You can't prove to me that he wants to fight no more than Shakur Stevenson right now.
Man.
To me, I know what's good with
he don't want to fight Shakur, but it ain't because he's scared. Because he's not priority number one.
Nah, but I've been said that. I've been said that. It ain't
because he's scared of, it's because you're not priority number one, bro.
It's not about if he's scared. But again, if you ain't trying to fight him, just say that. Don't offer a BS contract and have the fans doing exactly what they're doing now.
You just played the clip, dude. He said it already. And then y'all said he's scared. And then he said the only thing
we know, the only thing we know is what Shakur said on Twitter and what Jay Prince
Smith
said.
was good with
y'all
it, bro.
keep putting words in Devin Haney's mouth, and it gets y'all caught up over and over again. What did Devin Haney actually say? And what did he actually offer him? Because how do you know that he didn't say, why don't you petition and activate your mandatory? And Shakur said, I'm not taking 25%. See how that could just change just based off of different information? So you tell me what Devin actually said, and then you tell me what the motive was behind Shakur going on Twitter. Nobody was talking to him, and he just said, I'm not taking 25%, like out of the blue. So you tell me where that came from.
It came from his damn mouth. I don't know where else he got it from. He had to get it from them. It couldn't. We can speculate.
You said a whole lot about what Devin Haney did.
It's easy to ask a bunch of answers that we don't have the answers to. I was clear on that when I first got up there. So we're going to deal with what we can talk about. Like, we can speculate that all we want.
You don't even know if he said the offer, because where's the offer going to come from?
KO, what's good with it, bro? What you got on it, Brody?
Man, I think they both some pump faking ass dudes, bro.
Oh man, you gonna come up here, man? Somebody put KO on mute. Nah, what's good? Talk to me.
Listen, bro. Like,
talk to me.
So Shakur say Devin easy work. He say Devin is this and all of that shit, and he always had fun with him and made him easy. You take the less, and you take the less, because you know what's on the other side of that, undisputed, and then you the A side to everybody but Tank Davis. You can't do all this barking, and then if you supposedly got an offer on the table, now all of a sudden you know your worth and shit. So that's one side of it. The other side of the reason why I'm on both of them though is because if you Devin Haney, bro, you ain't finna be paying JoJo Diaz all this money, making sure Jorge Linares get a big bag and shit. Then all of a sudden when they come to your quote unquote friend, as you call him, your quote unquote homeboy, now you trying to give him a regular mandatory split like he's something no name.
You cannot even do that. Shakur did not approach this like his homeboy, bro. Shakur did not approach this like, but them folks is not homeboys no more.
Okay, let's say they ain't cool. Let's say this ain't cool. Is Shakur Stevenson a regular mandatory?
Him is why he got 25%. Y'all know that,
is Shakur, man, forget how he came at him. Is Shakur Stevenson a regular mandatory, or is he a pound for pound level fighter in the two division
He's a
champion?
regular mandatory. He's still a regular.
He a regular mandatory.
He's still a regular mandatory. He's still a regular mandatory.
All right.
That's how Shakur came in like you just was anybody.
I got y'all, bro. That's cool. If he a regular mandatory, y'all. So he Ocampo out this motherfucker.
No.
No, I'm saying because that's real shit. Because the WBC split for mandatory. The WBC split for mandatory is 25%, bro.
Hold on, I want to hear what KO saying real quick, bro, and then just pass it to the next man.
All I'm saying is, bro, is he Carlos Ocampo, bro?
Is he a super mandatory now?
Bro,
he a super mandatory?
On the biggest night of Devin life, bro, Shakur got in the ring and said, you lost the fight. Lomachenko, the best fighter in the world. Me and him need to have a fight for undisputed. And y'all want Devin to get his. Nah, bro, you gonna take what I give you. You gonna take what I give you, bro.
So if Shakur is hitting, you gonna take what I give you treatment. But JoJo Diaz is being fucking negotiated with and being given his biggest payday, bro. He don't want the fight, bro.
The biggest day of your life.
Man,
you don't want the fight.
That's corny.
I get on your
because it's dudes like you. It's dudes like you who say that belts didn't matter, right? And now that the belts matter, and he got the negotiation power to make you say, okay, if the belts don't matter, we're gonna go by what the belts say. Now all of a sudden, y'all all up in arms for another dude to get some money that he didn't even get. When he was trying to get the belt.
Did you hear what I said, Marcus?
KO,
I said that if Shakur was really, I said that if Shakur Stevenson was really what he was talking about, then yes, bro, he should take the 25%.
And again,
but we ain't gonna act like Devin sent that motherfucker hoping he would agree to it. He sent that shit knowing that it was some bullshit, and they probably wouldn't agree to it, bro. They both pump faking. They both full of shit, bro.
Who sent the offer though? Who said that?
It's still gonna be his biggest payday knockout at the end of the day.
25% ain't gonna be his biggest payday, bro.
Gonna be his biggest payday. When he fight Devin Haney, they gonna get the most money they got for any fight they ever got. Stop playing. Stop playing.
I just feel like KO did call it down the middle just now. He really went on both sides.
Like it's some bullshit, bro. Like they both are making mistakes to let y'all know that they don't want to fight for real, bro. The shit that when they first met up, that shit that they first told all of us, oh yeah, we know we gonna meet down the line, and that's what they both really mean, bro.
And it's the mechanical.
All this shit going on between them right now is a bunch of pump faking, and y'all know that.
Hey,
shit,
but that's
bro.
what I told you the first night.
I tell you what. All this it's all or nothing to me, just still gonna sound like bullshit. I just don't like you just said, and I ain't gonna try to take your point or nothing like that. But again, you offering pennies at the end of the day, and you knew he wasn't gonna take it, and just at least call that what it is. And you can call it on the other side. And I tried to my degree. I said you can say Shakur bluffing for not taking it. You can say he bluffing for offering it. That's as fair as I could call it. I mean, that's just what it is. But again, man, at the end of the day, I just don't feel like he's supposed to take anything. And people could disagree with that all they want. That's the way I see it. I just don't think that's realistic. You get what I'm saying? And that's not how fights get made, right? You just now to some degree, but I just don't feel like just because he got belts, I'm supposed to take whatever. Like I don't try to play me to do it like in a sense, and that's just kind of what it is. Like it's pretty much not. You know what? I ain't gonna say you trying to play him. It's you showing your A side. You get what I'm saying? That's what you're doing. You playing that on him. So if you want to call it that, then hey, you don't want to.
Now they is playing each other, dude. Anytime you send a man bottles at his party, bro.
I think that was creative, man. They gotta give my man some points for that.
Come on, dude.
That's fun, bro.
They taking jabs, bro. At this point,
I love the bottles, but I'm still standing on what I'm saying. My man still like that, bro. I ain't backing off my square. I see everybody. Jim, my bro, what's good with the gym? I still ain't backing off my square. Shakur is that guy, and y'all gonna realize that when he get in there with somebody that's gonna test him, or somebody like a Devin Haney. Now, I can't sit here and answer why he really don't want to take 25%, like I said, other than what he said. But I'm standing firm on my square that he like that. And when he get in there, y'all, some of y'all fans. Some of y'all know that. That's why y'all been saying everything but let's fight. And I steal that quote right from y'all. Y'all was saying everything. Y'all jumped on this contract situation a little bit too fast. And y'all energy was totally different when that man got in the ring and he was looking at him like he was some food. Now, this is within the fun of the conversation. Like, so it's not personal, never. But y'all energy was different. Y'all was making it personal when it didn't have to be. That's what let me know the energy was changing. And again, y'all know he a threat. So don't all this, he ain't this, and he ain't try to make him look like something that he ain't. But prove to me that he's not that when he get in the ring. For everybody that's going personal, prove to me that he's not that when he get in the ring. What's good with it, my bro, Jim? Mike Kirkland, we say, look how Spence went about getting a Crawford and how bad Wilder wanted Fury and why the same people call Ruiz on his bullshit against Ruiz. Talk to him. That is a fact, bro. It is a fact. It is a fact.
I don't get what he means.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Y'all think Devin would be undisputed if he said he didn't want to take that Loma contract?
Wilder, right? I got you, Mike. Say that again, bro.
I said, y'all think Devin would be undisputed right now if he ain't take that first deal that they offer him? Like Devin, right now.
I mean, I don't know if he took the first deal, but I guess we could assume, right, that he did. But I mean, I think he was willing to
Bill and Devin said that they took the first deal, so we can only go off what they
yeah,
said.
what they so if he said that, I'll give him that and say I guess he did. But again, I could go a little deeper and not trying to play him again. Would you have taken that same deal if it wasn't a Kambosos that you was fighting? I wonder that because again, and why I say that only because
Devin would have took that deal no matter who was at 135 because it wasn't come through was Loma at first and then it was Tio. You know what I'm saying? So he would have took it no matter who was at that jump.
I just wonder that. I just wonder. Because and the reason why I say that
four years ago.
If you fast forward to now, look what's going on right now. Like it's like the same thing you had a problem with. This is my issue as a man. The same thing you had an issue with, the same business practice you had a problem with, the same treatment, whatever you want to call it, that you got. You hated that. And his people was adamant about how that was slave mentality, slave contract this. They giving him pennies. He deserved this. He deserved that. This was before he was undisputed. And this was the argument for him. So why we can't make a reasonable argument for Shakur right now is all I'm saying. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you. Go ahead.
I would agree with you if Shakur didn't get in the ring and say you lost this fight. Lomachenko the best fighter in the world. He beat you. Me and Lomachenko the biggest fight. On the Devin Haney versus Lomachenko pay-per-view, Shakur hopped in the ring and said Devin Haney lost it.
To me, it's like, why are people so sensitive?
You want him to be respectful when Shakur already broke the respect line.
Yeah, but my thing is this: why are people making that a personal thing when he gave his honest assessment? Now, let me just say this: Shakur wasn't the only one. Shakur wasn't the only one that felt like Lomachenko won. He wasn't the only one, but people decided to take it personal when it's not that. Why wasn't people having that same energy when Shakur said on record, Devin Haney is going to smoke him? Nobody called him a hater. Nobody called him a coon. None of this weird shit that they called him when he gave his honest assessment. Then he came back and said, yo, I exaggerated a little bit with that 8-4. I still think Loma won, but I think it was 7-5. I don't understand what's the issue with giving your honest assessment and why people are taking that personal. It's like weird to me. It's really boxing. He said what a lot of people said. Yo, I've been all over YouTube after that fight, bro. I've seen countless polls. Not one of those polls, not one of them had him for Devin Haney. But you know who did? JusDueBoxing did. I don't give a damn what the polls had. So what I'm only saying that to say, why are people taking it so personal when it's coming from Shakur, a competitor of his? What he supposed to do? Get in the ring and kiss his ass? Hell no. He gave an honest assessment, bro. He felt like he lost. I didn't. I disagree with him, but he gave his assessment. He called him out. They took that personal. It's like I don't understand what the man was supposed to do to prove that he wanted to fight you. But I guess again, if he don't take 25%, he can't really prove nothing. So it's just a situation that I feel like he's gonna have to deal with, and I'm cool with him not just taking anything. And this whole notion that don't take the first offer that they throw out there to you, I guess that go out the window when it's him. I guess the rules apply and go differently. Business practice, all business logic go out the window when it's him. It's just take what we give you, or we gonna say you a duck and you ain't want to fight. And I just think that's weird to me. Teach was good with it.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question though.
If he hadn't lost them, I just can't speculate that. I just that's what we can guess, right? It'll be his biggest payday. Some people think it won't. People think I don't know. I don't know.
Let me ask y'all a question.
What's good with it, DP?
David took his slave.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, if he hadn't lost them belts, if he hadn't lost them belts on the scale,
say that again.
Yeah, I hear me. If he hadn't lost them belts on the scale, how much he would have got?
It was for 3 fights. It was a 3-fight slave.
Yeah, who knows? I know he would have had more leverage for sure without losing the belt. But again, when people bring that up, like, because I want to make sure we know when we overhear some conversation with me, I'm not trying to justify every little thing that go wrong. When that happened, to me, I felt like it was a missed opportunity And I also did a live talking about how he missed weight and things like that. So I don't justify the move. That just was a missed opportunity. But again, people are so just one-dimensional in their thinking. Like, if he didn't do this the exact way I at home says he should do his career, like, tell his boss, because he got a boss. He ain't picking all his own fight. Now he not doing that. I don't feel like he has that kind of power. So again, that's also something else that I think plays into why this fight ain't happening. More so, it fall on the fighters, but I think we got somebody in the middle not really planning to make that fight because he's talking out of both sides anyway, man.
Well, Bob already said the fight wasn't gonna get made. So I don't know what the old hoopla was about.
That's why I say he talk out both sides, DP. That's what it is. Because I pull up an article and I'll show it to you, like where he's saying to these people doing a whole interview where he's saying like, yo, that's the fight you want to make. So it's like it's like a lot of back and forth. That's what it seemed like. That's why I said I feel like to me, ultimately, and this is what my ultimate thought was. And I know everybody in here know I've been consistent with this. Cash was good with it. I don't think anybody is ducking. I do think there is posturing, bluffing, ego. I think all of that is a factor, but I do not truly think the business of boxing is working this fight out. I don't think they're even trying to do it. The powers that be, I think what's happening is you got two fighters that I always gave them credit for saying that I think they will fight each other. I never said differently. Nobody can ever pull me up where I said differently, but I just don't think Shakur Stevenson is in his plan, and definitely not at 135. But people will make that a personal diss to Devin Haney. It's not, bro. He said he wasn't in a rush to fight him. What has his energy shown you? That's not been the guy he's planning to fight, right? So why can't we just leave it there and say, hey, it ain't the time for it, instead of trying to make one guy really look worse off than the other when it's really they doing the same shit, bro. They're doing
people gonna have their opinions.
Why even
it is
go
what
off
it
the
is.
talking point that Devin is saying?
My thing is, we let this goddamn goalpost get out who it's supposed to be on, and y'all let it happen, dog. Tank said he fighting both them guys, and we just forgot, dog.
But I guess for me again, so this makes sense to you why I'm talking about it, because again, this my guy. I'm going to talk about it because it's out there, and I'm just going to make sense of what's out there. I'm trying to have a conversation different than what everybody else is having. Everybody else going to get up here and they're going to pick one side or the other. Just do what, and y'all know that's my guy. Y'all ain't hearing me do it. I'm just making a case where it could be a conversation past 25%. I don't think that's fanboying. That's not unreasonable and none of that. That's an honest question. I think that if that fight is to happen, that's what it's going to take. If it's stuck where it's at, I don't think we can get farther than where we at right now. I just don't. And again, at the same time, I think you got two guys that's willing to fight, but at the same time, is the business of boxing really ready for that fight? Are they trying to make it? Are they like, yo, look, we see what y'all doing on Twitter. Y'all really, you get what I'm saying? Like, I just don't feel like that's the case. And I feel like the focus behind the scenes is something else. But nobody will come out and say that on either side, whether Shakur or Devin. They won't say that, but they'll go at each other because I do believe they will fight each other. I do. I just don't think it's in the plans at 35. I just don't see it.
Well, Bob already said it wasn't in the plans at 35.
I knew that. He already said that. But again, DP, he just talk out of both sides. So it's all what side you gonna go with, right? It's whatever he's saying most. You get what I'm saying? Like, but I've seen him go back and forth with it. So it's disappointing that it come to this. But over here, it ain't never personal with Just Do. I like this conversation because I rock with both fighters. And like I said, I can't wait to see this fight happen, bro. I can't wait. All the back and forth is gonna all make sense when they get in the ring to me. So again, I'm cool with it being Tank and Devin if that's what's up. But I'm gonna always be willing to have this conversation because if there's any way we could get this fight, I'm gonna always advocate for this fight because it's gonna always be a good one, whether it's at 35, 40, 47. I think that's how they go. But I mean, look, I'm gonna always any opportunity I got to talk about this fight, which it seemed like we got a real one. But I just don't, to be honest, like I want to be optimistic, but I don't think it goes no farther than the posturing and a couple of Shakur duck videos and he don't want to fight. I just got to accept that that's how people go play it because they can't see it no other way. If you didn't take it, then you didn't want it. I could understand it, but I'm also reasonable too. And I'm like, again, I'm just going off of what you got when you got your bad deal. I pulled that up. It says 70-30 split. I'm just saying, like, you ain't even give that. That's what I'm saying. So you can't tell me I'm not making some type of logical sense. You get what I'm saying? Because he got
I
just
said
as
again
much
too, though.
the
Devin
offer
had
to
one
me as
shot.
Lomachenko at that time with less losses on his record, to be honest. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, and that's just me. That's just me being open to the conversation, bro. Like, it ain't got to be my way, but that's just one of the ways I see it. Like,
Well, everybody gonna look at shit different. You know what I'm saying? And that's
I
cool.
want
Everybody got
people to
their
know
own
over
opinion.
here, this is why I dropped the link, because it's okay. Everybody not gonna see it the same way. I want everybody to hear, to understand over here. It's okay to think how you want, but I'm not with the conversation with making it personal. Notice I think I did a pretty good job at not making Dev look like less than. I'm just talking about what's out there. You get what I'm saying? So I think people could go too far with it, and it ain't that deep, bro. Let's have a conversation. Everybody out there, who's worse off in this one. And let's be honest, like, the dude is nowhere near 135. So would you really be surprised if he never fought there again, based off what's been put out there? Because we heard he was going to 140. We heard it was really Regis next. Somebody even said that behind the scenes. They heard it was Regis next. But see, that's then we're here is probably Tank Davis, is not Shakur, but he'll entertain it. So that's just to go to show you that they all doing it because it's ego involved. Because at the end of the day, this is what they do for a living. So at the end of the day, I think if the business of boxing, if this fight made sense and it made business sense, I think it'll happen. The fact that it's not going to happen. And I just got to be cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it.
That's it right there, dude.
Making this shit, don't make this shit a personal with them dudes. Like, you can say they ain't friends now. Man, this shit is competition. And how I know? Because they ain't said nothing to each other that lets me know that it's personal yet. There ain't nobody taking personal digs. It's more so, I'll whoop your ass. You don't want it. I want it. I'll fight you. Sign the contract. Here go the bottle service. Don't act like you don't see it. You know, it's just, that's what it is. It's ego.
That's high school shit. I ain't worried about that.
I think it's two young kings that really, like, again, how do we generate interest for a fight? People have gotten so far away from the entertainment aspect of boxing that we don't know how to enjoy anything when you see it. Just case in point, Devin Haney jumped in the ring with Lomachenko, right? Because he wanted to fight him, right? And it was cool. Everybody was talking about it and making their videos. You know what I mean? I even talked about it, right? It was cool. Well, how come when another guy do the same thing that he did to somebody, it's, oh, he should have let him enjoy his night, and he being disrespectful, he not being on code, he being a coon. I'm like, bro, that's where the conversation steers for me, and that's what the problem is.
Loma and Devin never had a good. Loma and Devin never had a good relationship. Shakur used to ride and build back.
Still in all, at the end of the day,
Shakur used to ride and build back seat, call him uncle and shit. Loma and Devin never had a good relationship.
These same people would tell me that there's no friends in boxing, and Shakur and Keyshawn Davis need to fight each other and stop talking about being friends. So it's like, why, when he show you energy that based off right out of Devin Haney's mouth, he's supposed to show, why are the fans taking it personal when Devin Haney himself is not taking it personal? That's what I be wanting to speak to those people. Why do y'all make boxing? Why are y'all going so far away from just enjoying what you're seeing and stop making everything personal? He's a sucker for this. Man, he doing what the hell Devin Haney did to Lomachenko. Man, and again, what AB say, get that soft shit out of here.
It just
talking about
depends on how you take it.
In the ring, not in life. He's not trying to one up him in life. He's trying to one up him in the ring where they're supposed to one up each other. But people don't see it. He's off code. He shouldn't have did this. He gave Devin Haney the same treatment that he gave to other fighters. And I just don't respect people not respecting him, giving them the same energy that he's giving other fighters. That's all it is, bro. And like I said, you got Devin Haney own words to say Shakur himself is supposed to be doing that. If he didn't, he would be saying Shakur was ducking him. He said he embraces it. It makes him happy. So again, I'm just speaking to the people that make that shit more personal than what it is when he's doing what fighters are supposed to do. Devin Haney also said that out his mouth. So again, I'm past the split talk because it's a stall, because again, we don't have all the answers. The only thing we really do know, like I get, bro, we don't know what offer was sent. We just know what was said and what Shakur tweeted. I get it. But it didn't come from nowhere. And as it stands, if that's what it is, that's all we could go off. And I respect everybody that's like, yo, bro, he should have took it. The energy switching, that's cool. I think that's people that just want to push a narrative to me. I don't think in energy switching, you can't really base somebody energy switching because they're not willing to take a bullshit deal, all because he did it before. And I get it. He did it. You want to be great. I get it. But he wasn't fighting Shakur Stevenson for that bullshit deal either. Let's just be real. He wasn't fighting a Shakur Stevenson level fighter for that bullshit deal. He wasn't fighting a Lomachenko level fighter for that bullshit deal. That's not to take from him, but that's just something to think about.
He was fighting the champion though, dude.
Who?
The champion. The
Who
dude he beat.
champion?
The dude he beat.
Loma?
Nah, Kambosos.
Yeah, definitely. And I give him that. I gave him his respect for it, but again,
like people forget, bro. Tank been in that division. Like Tank could have been the champion. He didn't. He chose not to be a champion. He chose to go up. He chose to go down. We mad at Devin for doing. We mad at Devin for going to get it. You know what I mean? Niggas could have fought Lomachenko. Niggas chose not to fight Lomachenko.
Right,
Lomachenko been on ESPN for years.
Errol Spence Jr. fan page. Skywalker Boxing. What's good with it, my bro? How you feeling? He did Loma. He was part of the deal.
Like, he ain't beat the champion. He beat the champions out.
That's not really. It's not an issue that he fought Loma. No matter how people. I see people saying he was part of the deal.
They watched him get out of them straps, and now they want the straps.
And I think that's how it's supposed to go, though. I think people forgot it. I think people so business.
My thing is, bro, they've been over there. Like they could have, he could have. Shakur been over there with Lomachenko. He been over there with the straps.
I just don't think they want to give him.
I never seen him press like that. And I ain't even mad that he pressed. My thing is the timing of it. Like you just said, he talking about fighting reach. He talking about dropping the straps. He been defended twice. He fat. He talking about moving up. It's the timing of everything.
Yeah, but again, this is why I say this. They say a lot and everything.
He hard now. He pressing hard.
They say a lot. They said they was going to 140. Then I hear they staying at 135 for take. Then I hear they fighting regions.
Bro, you get what I'm saying? Like, bro, Shakur was the first nigga there taking pictures with him, bro. He didn't want no smoke then.
I don't know why, but I don't get. I mean, but what is he seriously though? All right, as a top fighter or a guy that showed to be a top fighter at 26, top fighter at 30, you get to 35, you get a fight under your belt, and what are you supposed to do then if you are a quality fighter? Because all they did was bullshit him about the opponent that he did fight. So then when he called for the guy of substance, everybody lose their mind. I don't understand that. Why? What the hell is wrong with him calling right for the guy that he say he wants to smoke with? Skills, Mr. New Orleans in the flesh. What's good with his skills? My bad, bro. I missed you.
It wasn't the fact that he called for him.
What's good, bro?
It wasn't the fact he called for him. It's the fact that he called for him and he got an offer.
Right. I mean, look, and I'm like, I'm glad y'all came up here. I'm glad people came up here with a difference of opinion or a different train of thought. It's all good. I still wanted to have this conversation, man. I just hope for the future this don't happen again, bro. I really don't, because I think it don't go too much further after this point. I really don't. And again, you free to interpret it how you want. But over here, I just try to point out that no matter how convincing or compelling your story may sound, bro, it's still your opinion, bro. And I want to make that clear. The same thing goes for me. I can only give y'all what I think. And I think I try to call it down the middle or be as open to the conversation as possible. You didn't hear me tell nobody wrong for nothing they said, or, you know what I mean? The way you thinking is crazy. None of that. It's just, to me, the whole notion that it can't go past a conversation with that 25%. I think that should always be availability. Like, you get what I'm saying, and really see if you really want that fight. Because what's the now? Because what would be better, right? Leaving no doubt, right? So leaving no doubt would be, why not just give him something that he think is fair and to see if he really want it? Why nobody exploring that? I get the other way, right? You could say, yeah, maybe 20, you ain't taking 25, you don't want it, right? So what about people exploring the possibility of him giving something that he think he worth? In his own words, he worth more than 25%, right? What if he actually explore that option and revisit that, and then Shakur still don't take it, and he come up with something else? Then he move the goalpost and say 50-50. That would leave absolutely no doubt for people to call him the duck that you want to call him. But what I'm saying is the fact that he's not doing what a person at home think he should do, which is take anything at all, and that's nothing personal. It's just I don't think that's how business goes. Just take whatever they give you, man. I just don't feel like that got to be the case because he's a quality fighter. Why should you treat him like shit if he's quality and you know he's of substance? So I'm going off of principle and not with Devin Haney himself seeing business and him being
who has the final say so? Who has the final say so?
What you mean in the fight?
Like Yeah, does Bob Arum have the final say so?
I feel like that. I feel like he do. And that's why DP, when you asked that question, that's why I said when Shakur said a long time ago when they was on the panel talking to each other, yo, when we all go to Bob and sit down and have a discussion together, people lost their minds there. They said that was fucking stupid. And I'm like, how is it stupid when the parties that's involved, that's equally both barking, chomping at the bit, saying, look, I'll fight you. All right, well, this the middleman. So he don't get a chance to play us. And why I say, follow me, I'm not making a case for Shakur. I'm just making a case for the situation for the sake of the fight. Why go to him separately and he can do things like tell Bill Haney or Dev or Bill, whoever meets with him, yo, that fight ain't on the table. Then tell the media people, yo, I'll make that fight. And then probably tell Shakur and Jay Prince something different. We can cut all of that bullshit out. And just tell me if I'm not being logical. We could cut that out if we just go speak to that man and see what's up. I really thought that was so logical, bro. I thought that made a lot of sense. I thought people could have eliminated who was bluffing. And again, that's just one way. I'm just saying, but I thought that was the suggestion that really made sense. It wasn't one that favored one guy or the other. It was to benefit both of them. Hey, man, that's getting right to the, because you know where the fight is not going to get made, where we seeing all the action at on Twitter. But you know what that case, that type of movement, them going to do that would have eliminated all what we going through right now. That's all I'm saying. That would have eliminated the bluffing. If somebody posturing, the 25%, if you really don't want it, just follow me. Tell me if I'm not making sense. All the shit that we going back and forth about now, if them individuals would have went and they're going to have to work together at some point if they really want to make a fight anyway. So why not cut out all the bullshit, all the fat, all the posturing online, the back and forth, one up in each other, the bottle service and all of that, right? And even though I thought that was funny, but cool. Like, let's avoid all of that and let's go talk to that man. How is that not something that makes some type of sense? You get what I'm saying? Like, and people are closed-minded. They only see it's one way or no way. And I'm just not that kind of thinker, bro. That's not how you get shit done. You get what I'm saying? Just think about life. You don't go through life as one way or no way. It's like, nah, you're gonna figure out another way. And that seemed to me was a logical way to do it. Let's cut the bullshit out. And that to me, that's what that's direct, young man.
You got a direct beeline to everything you ever wanted in life. If you know you got a direct beeline to it and you get offered it and you don't take it, you didn't really want it. Everything you ever wanted in life. If you know you got a direct beeline to it, no matter what it is, and you choose not to take it, it couldn't have been that important to you.
I mean, look, and you could say that.
And that's everything you ever wanted in life.
And look, you can have that. And I'm not a guy that's arguing with you. I hear you. That's a way to look at it too. But I'm just gonna always point out another way that I think is down the middle. And can't nobody tell me with two parties going to the one guy that can make it happen for them, sitting down as a unit and saying, hey, look, this is what we want. We don't want nothing else. Nobody with a brain is going to convince me that doesn't make sense. That's before all of this contract BS bullshit talk. That's cutting out all of the bullshit, and nobody want to admit that. That's exactly what that is, but they was unwilling to want to do that. But JusDueBoxing still call it down the middle, so I don't get on and say, hey,
maybe Bob see more of the value in the fight later.
That shit just corny to me. It's like, nah, bro. That business ain't lining up. That's what I see. Because if it was, then it wouldn't be posturing, and I don't think we'll be having to hear about 25%. And you know what example I'm gonna go off is what did we just see with Earl and Bud? We heard about percentages, fight didn't happen. We stopped hearing about percentages. We stopped hearing about the behind the scenes of what was going on. Next thing you know, we finally get a solid date. Now we get a fight. It's no different than that. This situation is very similar to that. But people don't want to point it out because maybe it ruins their talking point or the narrative that they driving at. Maybe one guy wanted more than the other. All I'm saying is nobody. You can hang your hat there with the offer that he wanted it more. But I could also say you offer somebody bullshit, something you just called a slave contract, and you expect them to take it. I just don't. I ain't saying it's end all be all, but it is what it is with me. Trace, appreciate you, Trace. I had that same energy when Tank dropped 75-25 on day. That's interesting, man. I wonder how that's.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your JusDueBoxing.
And salute to my bro, man, Kyle Coolett, man. That's super in that cash app. Much love.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I don't think the fight lost, man. I just think that, you know, that's the first offer. But, you know, let that shit marinate, man. I mean, at the end of the day,
I think people jump the gun too prematurely, and they don't allow the business of boxing that is, because we don't consider that. We just want to see the fights, and I understand that thinking, because I'm
never been a real fight at 135. It has never been a real fight.
Just if you being realistic, yo, you know that's not the end of it. That shouldn't be the end of it. If you're being realistic, so if you being stubborn and you on your high horse, then cool. That's the end of it. Like, yo, you take it or leave it. And look, I don't necessarily agree with that train of thought, but I can respect it, because you're free to do that. You earned the right? I ain't got to rock with it, but I ain't gonna knock you and make you a sucker for doing what you feel like you want to do. And it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Salute to him, man. They gonna run into each other sooner or later, and it just ain't now. And I'm cool. It's cool. It's cool. It is business at the end of the day, but that business logic go out the window when it's this fight. It's like, nah, ain't no business. You want to fight me and this and that, and it's like, yeah, but it's like, at least give me something. So again, I think I'm always going to be realistic and fair, yo, and I don't think I've been unfair to either guy. I call that shit straight down the middle, because I don't care who I rock with him both. Like I said, I bought his pay-per-view, and I'll buy it again if you fought tomorrow on pay-per-view. So it's
and for real though, Shakur got more work at 135. It ain't the end all be all. So
Dante Boxing Talk was good with it. Yeah, I mean, and look, you know what, Trey? I mean, Dante, that's something that people don't want to talk about, because people don't know how to have that conversation without making Devin Haney look like less than. They don't know how to do that. Just do know how to do it. Like, it's not personal. I understand that man isn't, like, for example, right? I respect people's opinion. I understand people that feel like, yo, if you go to 40, don't fight somebody at 35, you ducking this. You can have that. That's not my train of thought. But I'm a realist. That man is entitled to change his mind. And while I said this, and I've been very consistent, you had another fight at 35 before you initially said that. And you've had another training camp since then. You had time to see how you look, how you feel. You can change your mind if you want to. You get what I'm saying? You could be like, hey man, after you get what I'm saying, another training camp, I don't think that makes sense for my career. But people don't want to talk about why he don't go about just saying that. Why is it even a debate whether you're fighting at 35 or 40? That's another conversation too. But again, I'm fair. I'm like, yo, the man, he earned it. He enjoying his life. He allowed to make his decision when he want to. But I'm like, why is at the same time, if we keep it the same, what is he going to do? Is he going to keep it consistent? Because he said a lot, and people said a lot for him as well. And all I'm saying, just to be fair to the situation, all things can't be true. You can't fight somebody here, go to 140 next at the same time. Like, so that's the position people put them in when they make arguments that you don't need to make for them. You know what I'm saying? And again, people make it personal, and it's not that. Yo, this is boxing, bro. This is about why not? What's good with it? He ain't the man. Remember,
he was talking to Shakur. Those two people we know he was talking to, Program and Shakur.
Edgar Chavez was good with it, bro.
Clearly something happened with Shakur, because he said something about 25.
Jay Sanders was good. He said Jay Prince get half anyway. Y'all idiots, bro. Y'all some fools, man. Trying to come for my boy. I ain't going for it. It's Jersey strong over here. What y'all
that's what it is, man.
That's my boy, but the other one my boy too, so don't get it wrong, bro. That's why I have conversations, not arguments, man. I'm pretty sure nobody in the chat would be stressed out that we had this conversation. You know what I'm saying? I think it needed to be had. See, and it's a right way to talk about these conversations. To me, I think, again, I'm gonna keep saying it because I see so many people doing it. When it's not personal, the conversation is so much more enjoyable, yo. I'm not out to make a dude look like a sucker, bro.
It ain't never personal, dog. It's
30 times. He showed it 30 times, bro. The other guy got 20 fights. He showed it 20 times, and y'all know the rest, man. So I just
never get that deep shit.
Know it, and I truly believe, and I could be wrong. Maybe we'll be able to see this come true, come to fruition. I just don't think we're gonna hear about purse splits and stuff when this fight happens. And I think
it's barbershop talk. This ain't number barbershop talk.
Even if it came from Shakur, I can still appreciate the entertainment side of it because it generates some type of.
Did right, Shakur. Shakur got his name right. He did it right. He did it the right way. He got his name buzzing. Like we ain't never talked about Shakur this much. He did the right thing.
I guess. But in a way, he took interest in this fight as well. You get what I'm saying? Because we're gonna have all this to go back on when they do fight. You get what I'm saying? All the trash talking, all the posturing, the back and forth. I think Haney fan base is tricky. He definitely got one. He got a Haney high, boy. They'll go at you. You better not constructive criticism. You better not say nothing. I've been online shooting down false narratives. So that's why I take it personal when somebody come in here and say it's Haney hating here. I encourage people not to hate on no fighter. That's why my channel.
What just do? They all do. All of them did like that. Not just the Haneys, the Tanks, motherfucking. Right. Shakurs, they all like that.
Cor ain't got no rapid fan base just yet. I don't think so, not yet, man.
They all act like that.
Crazy, bro. I see it. Like, they come in here and me.
That's a part of it too,
dude. Tell me I'm hating though. That's all, because I take that personal. I don't hate on the dude. Big Tex, what's good with it, bro?
What's up, Chad? Really old school.
Chop, what's good with it, Chop? I mean, you could have that, Chop. I don't know if you missed the conversation, but I said everybody could have their opinion. If you want to feel like he ain't take 25%, he ain't want it, cool. But I mean, that's just you free to feel like that, right? But I just feel like we all ignoring the obvious. You get what I'm saying? And you don't got to take the first deal that's offered to you, bro.
No, hell no.
First time somebody heard that. So let's not abandon all logic for this situation just to make your point because you want to call somebody a duck or a sucker or something weird like that. Again, I don't back that energy. I rock with these dudes. Everybody could, I do content. I can't talk crazy about them in that way. I'm not weird like that. So, I mean, bro, what's good with it, bro? Salute to you, Cor. What's good with it?
I don't think it's the end all be all, man.
No, it ain't. It ain't. But again, depending on who you talking to and what your stance is and what you pushing. Like again, I don't push nothing. I push conversations. I influence people to let's build. So when y'all got something different that y'all got on your mind, just come up here and chop it up. It's different. Like, I ain't gonna be up here stressed out and mad because a fight not happening right when you would want to see it happen. We just not realistic sometimes either. And we don't consider the business of boxing enough, or we want to call somebody a duck. And again, they can't all be a duck. 1 week it was Haney. Now it's Shakur. Kill that shit because you sound stupid. You was just pushing that energy. It's saying it was Haney, and I was jacking that it ain't him ducking. I just think he's being consistent with his energy because he said on record he's not in a rush to fight him. His energy has been what since then? Not him as a main focus, but people, when you say that to somebody, they're so sensitive about it, they make it into a personal argument. It's not that, bro. He's not in the plans. But if you just can't accept that, you get what I'm saying? But and again, you can't say he want to fight everybody because you only could fight one at a time. So again, it's just only to those people that jack that. Like everybody's ducking them. Just name them. There was Loma, T.O., Gary Russell. I mean, you get what I'm saying? It's Tank. People, I've heard Tank duck them. Tank don't want to fight him. Tank will never fight him. Now Shakur clout chasing him. He'll never want to fight him. Just think about it. It's some of the most dangerous fighters in boxing. That's a lot better than certain other guys that he fought. And you're telling me those guys was willing to fight him, but they're not. Why? Logically, like let's do logic, not feelings. And what you think. Like just think, go off what they fight for a fucking living. Those guys are much better than some of the guys he fought. That's not a slight tone. That's just a fact. Why would they be willing to risk it? These lesser guys and not guys that are more established and more quality opponents. I just deal with logic. People are too quick to push a narrative about somebody ducking or something weird like that. It's just that's corny, bro. It's old. Like I'm gonna try my best as long as I do content to keep it consistent. If somebody is avoiding smoke, I'm gonna call that out when I see it. I just not gonna put duck jackets on everybody because just to push a narrative. I don't do that. No matter which way it's tipping. So I just think that's corny. It's guys that's really out here avoiding smoke. But instead of us calling that out, you rather make a guy that's been groomed fighting the absolute best fighters in the world, get a silver medal. He gonna turn pro. Now, only thing he want to do is be a fucking clout chaser. That makes logical sense. You grew up fighting the best in the world when you could not pick your opponent, but now Let me turn pro and just turn into a clout chaser. And then speaking of the word clout, when you knew about the guy since he was a fucking teenager in the Olympics to transition to a pro, and most people, this is not a slight or shade. You didn't see Devin Haney pro debut. You be seeing Shakur's. A lot of people think Shakur's. That's not a slight to him. That's me making a point. He had a different push from the gate. So when you say clout, he was already clouded up. Miss me with that shit. Nah, he ain't undisputed clouded up. I get that. Respect to it. But when you say he clout chasing, let's be real. They're quality fighters. It's a quality fighter wanting to fight another quality fighter. And instead of us leaving the conversation there, it got to be personal. And tell me when I'm wrong. That's what's wrong with boxing, bro. That's what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to want to fight that dude. You get what I'm saying? Why? Because he's a quality fighter. They whined and complained. Look at it from another angle. They whined and complained about Yoshino. Called him a hibachi chef. I thought that was funny, and so did Shakur. They called that man a hibachi chef. Complained he ain't fight nobody. You get what I'm saying? Then when he asked to fight somebody, it's like it's not a bad thing, bro. I don't want to see that dude wasting his time with no goddamn no Yoshinos. I was disappointed Pitbull said no. People told me Pitbull to challenge him. Williams had paid to challenge him. Dude said no. It's like you go down the line, but the only thing somebody will focus on is who he actually fought, not who said no to him on the way to that opponent. It's weird to me. It's like he trying to fight people that make sense. You get what I'm saying? But I just don't feel like, again, this fight ain't in the cards right now. So you can call him a duck, you can have it. I'm not here to protect him. He'd be all right. When he get in the ring, I'm sure, like, I'm vouching for his talent. Not no fan shit. The talent that I see, I think he'd be all right. So people can have their opinion on it. He still got a lot to prove, though. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's how you go after the guys that matter in the sport. You get what I'm saying? And that's all he doing with Devin Haney. That's the dude that matter, not the rest of these. Not no more Yoshinos and hibachi chefs. No, none of that. He wanted to go for the top dog. And I'm never going to have a problem with that. Shoes on the other foot, I wouldn't have a problem with it because it's going to always be a good fight. We don't talk enough about what kind of fighter to be because we too busy talking about who don't deserve what. Come on, man. You know how many fighters on his resume that Devin Haney is better than, and you know how many fighters on Devin Haney's resume that Shakur is better than. We can look at that's a good fight is the point I'm making. So we don't talk enough about how much of a good fight it actually is because people too much with their egos involved. Like, bro, these dudes gonna fight eventually, bro. Nobody can convince me at some point in boxing that Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson don't see the ring together. And everybody, I'm gonna remember some of y'all hating asses because I can't wait to see the scrap. We might get it twice. That's how bad I want to see that fight. I'm telling you, if I gotta wait for it, it's cool though.
I can understand your passion though, dog. For real, I respect that about you. I mean, you Jersey through and through. I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. I ain't mad at you.
Down the middle, even though I'm Jersey, I think I try to stay within the reason, logic and reason with this stuff, and I try not to say much one way or the other, man. Like I said, man, I try to call posturing on both sides. Them dudes that fight each other, ain't nobody gonna convince me on either side that they wouldn't fight each other. I can't be convinced, and I'm gonna say,
absolutely,
them dudes gonna fight. But right now,
yeah.
Dev undisputed and he enjoying it and it is what it is, bro. Like,
no doubt.
You can't expect them to be in the same sport with the competitive nature and not saying anything to each other. Because again, people don't want to hear him saying they friends, right? They saying you don't want to hear it with him and Keyshawn, so you damn sure shouldn't want to hear it with him and Dev. Because that's a much better fight right now than him and Keyshawn could ever be. So again, man, that's where my focus be at. We don't spend enough time talking about how much of a good ass fight that should really be because people are hung up, stuck on trying to prove why he don't deserve it. You get what I'm saying? Instead of saying, yo, damn, is that a quality fighter? Would this be a 50-50 fight? You know it would. So why are we talking about all this other shit, man? Would he deserve? And I hope Shakur get in position ever in his career, it's not this going on. I feel like if he ever get in a position, if a Dev is in, anybody's in, to have any leverage, I hope he's with making 50-50 fights because that's all we want to see. And I ain't saying Dev ain't either. He just chased his 50-50 fight with Loma. Dara was good with it, bro. Miss JusDueBoxing, salute to my baby girl. How you feeling? Get it, fighters at JusDueBoxing. You know it. Peace and love to the baby girl. Jay said Shakur nervous Nancy. Damn, you was just gonna come for a boy like that. It's funny. I had fun with it though, bro. I had fun with it. Like, look at the thumbnail I got. I'm having fun with Haney. That's just me poking fun, bro. And I hope everybody know that. Don't take that personal. Yeah, I'm just joking. Omega Red, what's good with it, fam? Yeah, they'd be ready to blow a gasket over this shit, man. I'm gonna have fun. We gonna enjoy these conversations, bro. When they fight, I want everybody to put their money where their mouth is. And they fight everybody that put their money where their mouth is on everything. Shakur to take the fight. We have been saying, yeah, I'm not mad at that knockout, yo. I'm not, yo. That's why I said I'm reasonable. Like, I don't tell people, like, when you tell me, you suggest something that makes sense, I can't. It's no arguing that. Only a fan boy would do that. I can't be like, nah, knockout. I can just tell you, I get that, but being that he hasn't, what's the next order of business? Can it be more?
Okay, yo, what up?
So, you know what I mean, but right, knockout. Because again, and I said this just in case you ain't hear me, as a fan, as a supporter of his, if it was up to me, I would love for him to call what people would say is a bluff. I would love for him to call it. Like, and you would leave no doubt that way. So again, without you doing that, that leaves doubt, and that leaves the conversation for people to say what you want. So I'm not against people saying that. I'm not trying to defend everybody that's saying that. I want people to get that, but I'm just giving you something else to think about. That's just not the end of the conversation, because people in the chat or anybody feel like, that's the end all be all. See, he didn't want it. Some people want that energy, but some people that's really looking at the situation, I feel like Knockout's looking at them a little bit deeper than just trying to call somebody a duck. He calling it on both sides, if anything. And at the end of the day, that's all I can respect from anybody. If you calling it on both sides, I can respect it, because I see it on both sides. Respect it. D1 was good with it. Take a Shakur fight or a Tank fight. I'll be surprised. That's what I'm saying. I will be surprised because, and again, this is because of the weight situation for me. You get what I'm saying? I feel like the weight is why I would be surprised to see him stick around at 135. That'd be, a little bit of a shock. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing that was said, that I didn't hold him to the, I didn't crucify him for that. If you decided not to do that after having time to think about it, and again, let's just be real. If you see him, he enjoying life, bro. That bro ain't nowhere near 135. And I'm just trying to think logically, right? I could be wrong as hell with my logic, but I'm just saying, you're so comfortable at this point. I just don't know if you want to lose all that weight and then risk it all over again. Like, I don't know if that makes sense for you physically, health-wise. Would you be a less than for going up and doing what makes sense for your body? No. You get what I'm saying? But it's some people that's going to crucify him for it. So it's like, it's 135 a bust for some people. But for me, I feel like as long as you stand on some order of business, and again, when you're in that situation that he is, you have options. And I think in boxing, people don't see it that way. It's like, whatever you said first, you got to do. Nah, that was just one option. I could stay here. But, it's all how you deliver your message. You get what I'm saying? But I'm just open to understanding that you got more than one way you can go, bro. You can stay there and fight and take a risky ass fight, because I think any fight with a top fighter at 35 for him and moving forward is a very big risk. I respect it if you do it, but I wouldn't expect you to do it. But I understand people that will, but I'm just not one of them. You get what I'm saying? So it's all good. It's just like, I don't care either way you going. There's no easy route, so to speak. Staying 35 not gonna get easy. 140 is gonna come with his set of challenges. So I feel like as long as he's challenging himself, I'm cool with it. But I do want to see what him and Regis will look like, though. A lot of people feel like it'll be a wash now because of how Regis looked. I still would want to see it just to see it. I mean, I'm glad he entertained it, because if he go there, then that fight is on the table. So it's no easy route. Somewhere he gonna stand on. It's smoke. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I don't really be interested in the duck conversations and trying to say what he did or didn't do. As long as he going to do something else, and I think either way he go, that's what the case is. So it's all good. Instant standards, everything I don't know about. You but 25 isn't 30. Yeah, nah, it's not. I was trying when I say that in the effort. I agree with that, D. When I was talking about that too, I was saying why at least, but it's so people are not open to that. Like I was saying, at least give them what you got. Start there. But again, you just don't have the leverage when you Shakur. So I get it. You get what I'm saying? Like I understand. That's why it's not about arguing with me. It's about just talking about this shit because it's more than one way to look at it. But it's just gonna be what it is. So Kello, what's good with it, my bro? How you feeling?
G5, what up?
Fizzle, what's good with it, bro? Appreciate you pulling up. And baby girl say you feel like there's disrespecting my boy. That's okay. It's all good. You expected some of this though, man. And again, I hated the fact that you had an opportunity in terms of leverage with belts, and it just didn't seem like that was your immediate thought process because that's not the way y'all played it. So I'm gonna have to think that's not how you was thinking. And then it's like an opportunity lost, especially if you stayed there and then you lost your leverage on the scales, but you still had to fight. So it was like kind of a double negative in a way. But again, I think Fizzle was good with it, bro. I think that's part of the reason why his energy been this way too. So people could say he's just doing it just to be doing it. I just never looked at him like name a time in his career where clout chasing has been his MO. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and I think when it come to him, everything he says like, see, he didn't do that. He didn't do this. All fighters do that shit, man. All fighters say stuff and it don't come to fruition, but you just hold one guy accountable for every little thing that don't pan out. And it's like, I just don't see how that's realistic, man. Like, he here now. Let's see where it go from here, man. Like, I hope his next fight is a 50-50 fight. I really do. I don't want to see no Linares. I've seen that back and forth. I don't want to see that garbage. I mean, respectfully, I don't, just because it's just going to be something else for people to complain about. And I'm over that. He has the belt, no network, so unless he fights the next fight in his living room, he needs Shakur. I feel you, undercard. I feel that. I just always thought it's going to always make sense. Maybe not now business-wise, but like, you know, when you look at skill and talent, it's going to always make sense in that regard. But yeah, I mean, that's something too that people just got to accept too. I mean, even maybe possibly Shakur too. The fact that he's styling on you in a way. He's styling on you. So so that's just something like you ain't gotta like it, but you probably can make peace with it if you understand that that's what's going on. He kind of styled on you. And then he put you in a position to almost call your bluff pretty much. So it's kind of funny though. I laugh at it. It's funny because I still feel like the time ain't now. So it's all good. It's all good. But and other news, we was cooking on that for a minute. Salute to both of them, man. When I think of the time right, they gonna fight, bro. He said when he came up to 135, he been clout chasing ever since. But you
man, the chat is funny, man.
my boy moves. Yeah. But look, I don't have no argument there, right? Because I don't like to argue with people's thought process. I'll just say this: the way I see it is if you quality and you've shown that, you know, you had an amateur pedigree to speak for, you've shown to be quality there, right? The best of the best. You get here, you showed it at 26, you showed it at 30, you get to 35, you get your welcome to the division fight, and then you're trying to prove yourself. I think people forgetting that this is boxing and that's what you're supposed to do. But at the same time, he could be being a bit ambitious and it's just not time for it. So that people will call that clout chasing. But again, you don't really have nothing to back that he's clout chasing. It's a quality fighter talking about fighting another quality fighter. I think they're past the point of needing clout, bro. I think if we really examine what we saying, clout chasing, like what is that? Again, let's talk about it. If he was clout chasing him right now, that would be a terrible clout chase, Shakur Stevenson, because you speaking a guy's name that just got to the top, got his belts. The timing of it for you to speak his name and not have no intent on fighting him would be very bad. It would do nothing good for your career. So you got to think about that when we say that. We're not talking about some poo putt. We're not talking about, you get what I'm saying, Rolly. Y'all act like this Rolly talking about fighting Devin Haney. It's Shakur Stevenson, a guy that's shown you, like, we ain't even got to run it down. Let's be real. We know what it is. That's a damn good fight any day of the week at any weight class. So it's like people forget that because they're too hell bent on wanting to steer a narrative. Oh shit, duck. he's clout chasing. How? Because he want to fight him? I mean, Devin Haney out his own mouth don't think that's clout chasing, bro. He don't think that's clout chasing. So again, I'm gonna always go off what the fighters say out their mouth, and people that are emotional or just bothered by what is the natural order of things. Like, this is what's been going on in boxing. But we look at everything as clout. Like, he needs no clout. You know who Shakur is. You watch boxing, you know who he is. So again, I think people just don't understand what they be saying. They don't get it, bro. What clout would he need? What would that do? The only clout he can get mentioning Devin Haney's name is if he actually got in a ring. There's no other clout to gain. You speaking his name and not want to fight him makes you look bad. So again, clout, are you sure that's clout chasing? I don't think so, bro. Again, I just don't think people are ready for that fight because I think they want to see something else too. I feel like that's just my opinion of it because I see how people respond to things. I see a lot of different responses, and it's like a lot of it be like everything but them fighting each other. Like, people make it seem like he's not a worthy adversary, like he's not a worthy opponent. Like, people forget that it's a quality fight, and we move away from that because we too busy talking about splits and who's a duck and who don't really want it. Is that gonna be a fight when they get in there? Hell yeah, you know it. You know it, man. You know it, man. But man, who's seen something else I wanted to cook on too, man? Salute to them, man. They gonna figure it out, bro. The business of boxing to work itself. I just don't think it's in the cards, and I've been pretty consistent with that. I just, regardless of what either of them saying, I don't care what nobody's starting to say at this point. I'm starting to see what I see. It ain't happening right now, bro. It ain't happening. Capping. You could say it ain't happening because of Shakur. Y'all can run with that. I don't care. I ain't arguing about that. Like, bro, I ain't said nothing that it was fanboy from. It's just what it is. It's how I look at it, but whatever.
Yo, Just, I'm going to get up out of here, bro. I got to hit the gym.
You already
Thanks
know.
for letting me on the chat, homie, man. You know
Always,
what I'm saying?
Man. You already know.
T, my homie, you know what I'm saying? Y'all keep cooking, bro.
You already
hit
know,
this gym,
bro.
man, and sit back and drink some of this Jack and Coke a little bit later, homie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you already know. Appreciate
That's OG shit.
You already know. Get
So,
right,
hey, bro.
Get right.
Oh, you already know, man. It's fireworks, homie. So, yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate you letting me up, man.
You
You know I
already
got to
know.
come
Always,
up and touch
bro.
base with you, dog. And,
Always.
you know, keep cooking, homie.
You already know, man.
Later, dog.
Nah, I think, Jonathan, I think that might still be the focus too, though. I kind of hear that. You know what I mean? So I think that's still on the table. It's a possibility. Like, that's the thing about me, man. That's why I don't make ego-driven content, bro, because I don't care about being wrong about shit. And a lot of times what we talk about, we don't have all the answers to. People talk like they got all the ins and outs, every answer. Some people just good as hell at making a case for themselves, and that's just what it is. And it's not that it's a bad case, but at the end of the day, man, some people opinions you like more than others. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. I try to call it down the middle so people don't think or feel like I'm leaning one way too far or the other, man. That's why I don't do the personal. You just stick with what's out there and you process it how you process it, bro. The gatekeeper, that's Shawn Porter. Man, I got you. Yeah, he slayed Shawn Porter with that one, man. I think Shawn Porter ain't stick around long enough to be a gatekeeper, respectfully. I mean, he took some losses, but I just don't think he stuck around and really had as an official title. I think Keith Thurman was trying to do nothing short of slight him and play him when he said that. Keith Thurman know that. You know you can't calling somebody a gatekeeper ain't never a positive thing, bro. D-Man, what's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Yeah, calling somebody a gatekeeper ain't never came with nothing good behind it, bro. But yeah, man, Porter. I mean, you let I heard somebody call Shawn Porter the best welterweight of this era. Not one of the best, the best welterweight of this era. The best welterweight of this era, because he fought whoever. He fought everybody. Another content creator said it. Called him best. He didn't like how he was talking on his podcast. When he was talking crazy. My bad, y'all. Y'all smash that like button too, man. If y'all haven't subbed to the channel, rock out with your boy Keith. First is guys. Said in late August. Do y'all like that? That'd be a cool fight. But That'd be a cool fight. That'd be a cool fight. But did y'all see this post by Oscar Valdez, bro? That's what I forgot to mention. Did y'all see the post that Oscar Valdez got caught liking? Oscar Valdez bogus, y'all. Did y'all catch this? Did anybody catch Oscar Valdez liking this post? With the dude with his neck in the trap, man. With a link. All right, bet. I got you. D-Man, what's good, my bro? Salute to the fam in the building. Pardon me if I missed anybody in the building. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, Oscar Valdez, bro. He was on Twitter liking, like, you know, you see the obvious. I mean, it ain't even undertones at this point in this picture. It's just what it is. Dude with his neck in the trap with a bucket of chicken right there. And you know how dudes be feeling like nobody gonna see them like a post. And it was one of them situations where he liked the post and people called his name. I don't know if y'all can see that in the picture, but his name is there. Oscar Valdez liking his post. And this is why I said before, and I wasn't trying to be like no race baiting because I don't do that, right? But we was having a conversation before, and I was talking about Eddie Reynoso and them undertones that he was speaking with when he said all black fighters do is run and hold, or run and hold something. He said like that. And I was talking about it, and people was in my comments going crazy, all salty. I think you're taking this the wrong way. And nah, bro, nah. This right here, not even funny in no way, shape, or form. And if you like a post like this, we already know, like, you think this is funny. This is humor to you. Like, so it just is what it is. I ain't have to spend too much time on it. Definitely I'll call them out a little bit for it because I think them dudes is suckers a little bit, man. I do, and I think they got some real suspect ways that you know.
He's still mad about the Shakur fight.
Huh?
He's still mad about the Shakur fight.
Right. He was salty. He was salty as hell, bro. Shakur was punching his shit out. And then that's when I put up the pictures. Matter of fact, I think I still got it, man. Do I still got that thumbnail when he was beating up Oscar Valdez? In the thumbnail, man, talking about all he do is run and hold. I said, yeah, right. He punching on his ass. You talk about running and holding. Look at Oscar Valdez's face, band-aids and all. Yeah, Shakur's running all night, Eddie. And you ain't even help him, bro. You just left him in there getting his ass beat.
He was talking after the fight.
Boxing. What's good with it, bro? Yeah,
after the fight.
Is bogus,
go ahead.
Bro. He bogus. I had to bring that up. Like, I don't usually touch stuff like this, but it just makes me feel like when I did that live, I was on point, and you can hear the undertones and with this stuff that they be saying. Like, you, again, if you don't want something to sound a certain way, then you don't single out a certain demographic of people and expect for people not to catch it. Like, we get it. Just you just, or be more careful with your words. Like, you get what I'm saying? And again, you said all Shakur Stevenson did was run and hold when he fought Valdez. Who did that to his face? Like, I just please, if you can give me any ideas to who else could have possibly did that to his face that night and not Shakur Stevenson, I'll give it to you. But bro, you get what I'm saying? It's blatant. It's bold, right? This is, but the undertones was what I think they were saying. What I meant, not in this picture. Aisha, salute to the queen. Appreciate you stopping through. Pardon me, I think I missed you earlier. Salute to the queen. 88 Sports Talk. What's good with it, fam?
It's funny because
you know. I try to always try to come from a place of respect, even when we ain't been shown the most. You know what I'm saying? I could easily get up here and sound like the angry guy, but it's always a way to talk about these things. And I just think this shows more of intent and why people feel the way they feel about these dudes. And it is what it is. Is that, I mean, if you ever see the way they pick when you ask them who gonna win a fight and things like that, I think he just now started giving Shakur his credit, Oscar Valdez. You know what I'm saying? You see, they went and pieced it up. You know, you get your respect after you kick somebody's ass. Shakur had to beat his ass real quick for him.
But that was, man, we already knew the fight, how the fight was going to end up happening. I mean, man.
His ass.
He's too slow.
His ass was running.
But Shakur just too good.
Yeah, he ain't want that smoke. He was getting his ass beat, got dropped and everything. Talking about running. Bro was beating your ass in there. That was happening. Time I go to Popeyes on lunch is more. Yeah, right. This Valdez here though. This Valdez work, y'all. again, I just thought he was crazy for man. I almost forgot. I know we was talking about this, but I forgot. Like for the people that was saying not even a split talk, man. What was this at? Like I was saying, I forgot to even bring up the fact that his viewership is higher. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's at least a reason, a grounds for saying that you could at least have a conversation with a dude. You get what I'm saying? There's people watching him. You see some of these views, they all peaked. His last 3, not counting Yoshino, all peaked out well over 1 million viewers when he's fighting, not just for the night, when he's fighting. So I think it definitely was more of a conversation that could have been had outside of 25%. But I think, depending on if you've been driving narratives, then you're completely closed off to the conversation. If you out to make one guy look better, then you completely closed off to the conversation. But I was just being real with it, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it was.
But just do. I got something to say. I kind of wish Shakur would have took that 25 just to shut people up.
Me too. I said that as a supporter. Me too. But I'm not gonna make him like the bad guy for not taking anything, right? Because I do understand that God at least make some type of business sense. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I was at with it. Like, damn, you get what I'm saying? Then I try to pull things out that people could level with, where I'm not trying to spin it, or if he ain't take that, why offer something that you didn't even take? And even what you was offered, you called it a slave contract. Your people backed you. Your most, your most diehard fans was like, yo, how dare he slave contract this and this and that. But he surprised people when he took that joint and said, you know what, taking it and I'm beating your ass. But it still was 30, not 25. That's all I was saying. I was like, that shows me intent. But I ain't the only one that think like that. It ain't just me. We ain't the only ones, but it is what it is.
It's a low ball offer. That was kind of cold. But I mean,
probably won't get much more. But
I mean, he's not gonna get much more. I mean, hopefully he gets man, 30, 35. I mean, 30.
Salute to him, though, man. Salute to him.
I feel like if Shakur took the offer, they'd have made some type of change to the contract or said something different. Like there's a different thing holding it up. I think Devin Haney is gonna hold the belts till 2023 and then drop them and say, "I told y'all, no one was gonna become champion this year," and then he gonna go to 140. But I don't know. This is just my opinion. But just the way he's moving, the way confusion 35, 140. Everyone's literally scratching their heads about what's going on with Devin Haney. But if the sanctioning body stepped up and said, all right, we're ordering a mandatory on you, because remember, he's had 3 fights now with no mandatory. If they stepped up and stepped in, then we can have some direction to what Devin Haney's going to do with his career.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I want. I thought it was a Mando. So, but it's not. So I was kind of. So that would make it hard, because it's like, damn, it's not a Mando.
That's why when they say, like, well, you got to take what he give you, that's why my energy is like, I hear y'all when y'all think like that, but I just offer something else to think about, because I understand the lack of leverage that he has. So you get what I'm saying? I get it, but I'm coming from like, come on, like let's be real. You get what I'm saying? On some like we know that's BS. That's a bad offer, should I say?
Yeah, it is a bad offer.
It's kind of like take what you get. And I kind of get it, but that's why I said he kind of got to just accept that he being styled on at the moment. If you get what I'm saying, like he's styling on you, and you just got to accept it, bro. He the A side, and he's styling on you, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? I can't say it no cleaner than that. He's styling.
Yeah,
he's styling. He's like, bro, you gonna take whatever I give you, or you don't want to fight. And it's like, that's why I said as a supporter of his, I would be like, you know what, man. Come back and be like, hell with it, I'll take it. But yeah, Aisha, he did say he didn't turn down the fight. He just turned down 25, and he said he still ain't heard nothing back yet.
Like, that's the narrative right now. The narrative that he turned down the fight.
Sorry, my bad. Joseph, Loma was not his mandatory. Devin Haney has yet to have a mandatory order since he became undisputed. Loma was a voluntary fight. Loma was a voluntary.
Brody, but yeah, D1, yeah, Shakur numbers. That's why I had pulled that up there. And again, that's why I always kind of disclaimer with content. It's crazy that this is the world we living in, but I got to make sure people know that's not an effort to discredit him. We having a conversation, and I'm kind of trying to show you how I know, although he don't have belts, I'm making a case why he could at least have a conversation past 25% because you see his viewership. Like people pay attention to him, people watch the dude. Even though it's free TV, it's still one of the bigger networks, being ESPN. So let's put that in perspective and at least give him the right to treat him like he's a fighter of some substance. That's all I'm saying. People don't understand that. Just treat him like he's a fighter of some substance. And I'm saying the fact that you are not doing that and you're basing him not wanting to fight on how you're treating him, knowing is shitty, is crazy to me. Because it's like, all right, you can have that, but let's really look at it and say, you know what it is. You get what I'm saying? I'm cool if people just say they know what it is. You know, he styled on him right here, man, and then it put him in a weird spot because it's like you go out, put your ego aside for this fight type deal. He like, bro, I don't think bro willing to do it. Get what I'm saying? I don't think so. 2 Brown was good with it. You can't order him to do anything. Nah, yeah. Right.
Go ahead, Just. Go ahead. Question for the guys up here. What is Loma Haney's mandatory?
I can't find one. Salute to Kai. Appreciate you pulling up, family. How you feeling, man? Board base that Shakur said is the first offer and another one may be presented. I hope so. But again, bro, I think a lot of people was jumping the gun. And I don't think a lot of people are allowing anything to materialize without making a verdict. Like, it's end all be all. See, I told you, and they're gonna jump all over this contract talk. But that's the low hanging fruit, and that's easy if that's the route you want to go to try to push it. But I'm not cool with that. I don't do that. Being boxing news, what's good, family? How you feeling, Nick?
Aisha, the WBC is
next. Bro is nowhere near 35. I would be shocked to see him back there, though. All jokes aside, and that's not.
What's up, Mr. Machine?
I would be surprised. Mr. Machine.
No, he ain't staying there.
Body is next to mandated fight for Devin.
WBC, Aisha. That's who's next. If they choose to order it, and it doesn't have to be the number one contender that they can order to be the mandatory. It can be 1 through 5.
My boy, no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Try to do my boy like that, man.
So WBC needs to mandate this shit, huh?
Yes. That's why I'm about to get a bag of money and call Mauricio Suleiman.
Yeah, because that's the only way the fight's gonna get made.
Bob need to stop playing, bro. Bob ain't lifted a finger to even try to make this fight. He just letting them dudes go back and forth on Twitter. Knowing what's going on. That's what I feel like. To be real with you at the end of all, like that's why I always stand firm on that they'll fight each other. I just think when the business lines up, but I just feel like it ain't gonna happen. And I think Bob and people that powers that be know it because they ain't lifted a finger to do it. And at the end of the day, you could say what you want. Somebody gotta okay that fight.
Well, Bob might be gone by the time this fight happens. So I think
so. I think
90. He was 91, 92 years old.
Said y'all wrong. It's the IBF next. Joseph and Jonathan, it's the IBF next. I didn't respond to that, so I really didn't, because at the end of the day, the real thing is where he gonna go. Not who gonna mandate what, or order what, and why I don't care about order. And they ordered Pitbull and Shakur. Did that happen? So I don't give a damn about them ordering much of anything.
Yeah, because they did order for a champion.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll be at 40. He's comfortable right now. He's enjoying life as he should. He's coming off the biggest win of your career. I think it's risky to lose all that weight from what it seemed like that you've gained and then going there with another dangerous fighter. If you do it, I tip my hat to him. It'd be very risky and ballsy, and I respect it though. But man, I don't expect him to do that. But salute to him.
Do you think that Tio receiving his WBC belt in Puerto Rico does in fact mean he's not retired and that he's like weighing his options?
I think that's a possibility for you, like, because it's hard to just walk away. Like the walk away, like you essentially walking away from the position that you've been wanting to work yourself into, and you know what I mean, to a certain degree. So I just think it wouldn't be smart for him to just walk away.
Jonathan, press the link and come up and talk to us, man. It's hard to talk to you when you're in the comment section because you have more information than we do. Jonathan Jackson, come on up and talk to us.
They always welcome to come cook, bro. Like all I urge people to understand over here is there's always a conversation. I know it's a lot of ego in YouTube, but not over here, bro. It's like you could come speak.
Correct.
You ain't gotta grow gray hair overnight. You know what I mean? To do it.
Right. Yeah. The reason why I said the WBC was next was before he fought Loma. Mauricio Suleiman tweeted that he will be ordering Shakur versus the winner. That's why I said the WBC is next. I could be wrong. Information changes, but that was, to my knowledge, Mauricio Suleiman stated that before he fought Lomachenko. Hey, John, what's going on?
Yeah, bro. I definitely want that Loma fight for I said that too. That's something I was pushing more so before we even got here with the Haney thing until I just seen the way the back and forth was playing out. But I said, what better way to put him in there with somebody that he just fought? And I think that'd be a good barometer. I think that'll shut some people up because I'm telling y'all now, and it's just me. If Shakur fight him, either he gonna win convincingly or he gonna lose convincingly, and I don't see him losing to Lomachenko at this point at all. That's just me, but. I mean, I feel like he'd beat his ass right now, and I would love to see it.
Yeah,
he smoke him. I'm not gonna say he smoke him because Loma's still a bad boy.
Yeah, if it's possible for him to fight Loma and then get Shakur after he fights Lomachenko, I would be all for it. But the time frame doesn't seem to add up between him by the end of the year. If he was to fight Loma after coming off of his fight and then fight Haney at the end of the year for undisputed, but I would love to see that.
That ain't gonna happen.
It's all types of rumors that I've been hearing. Like I've heard whispers of Loma and Haney 2 rematch. I've heard a Regis fight. I've heard lip vignettes. I've heard some stuff, man. I've heard some stuff. But I keep telling people y'all backing y'all man into the corner because y'all every week he fighting somebody different and y'all giving him credit for that person like that's the absolute next thing. And I think that goes over people's head, but I'm not out to make him look bad, so I don't harp over it. But I'm like, I don't think y'all see what y'all doing here. Y'all putting them in a position where it's like you saying too many things and everything can be true. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I know you want to say, just leave it at he a bad boy and whatever he decide to do, we gonna roll with it. But it's like, that's not what y'all saying. Y'all talking like y'all know what his next move is and you giving him credit for moves that he ain't even made yet. And that's not me put no spin on it. Like I've heard people like, I told you every time, the Haney haters hate, he show y'all wrong. I told you he was gonna fight Regis. It's like, you sure 100% he fight Regis? Because bro was up here cooking with me a minute ago. He said he fighting Tank next.
What's up, undercard?
Jonathan, how you doing, brother? How are you today?
You thought I was gonna duck the smoke?
Nah, this is not a smoke. We ain't challenging. We're just trying to share information so that way. Yeah, so that way the panel and the people in the chat are more educated. That's what we try to do. Just do Big Dog Willie, myself. We're trying to share information with other people so that way we can grow the channel. So if you have some information to share it with us, because I know some stuff. If you know more, please share.
Something about I just told you was wrong on the stuff that you was.
The sanctioning body, which one was next?
You seen what I said.
Which sanctioning body is next? You said IBF. One of y'all, somebody said IBF, but bro said WBO.
It's either IBF or it's either IBF, but it's not WBC because they already fought.
Okay.
Loma was number one.
IBF,
WBC.
Yeah, one of them.
But I thought the IBF was with with Tio, and when he fought Cambosis. I thought that was the IBF mandatory. I'm sorry, say it again.
You could no, because it starts when it's a different person.
Okay, so we had IBF, Cambosis, and Tio. Then which is this next after that?
Lomachenko was number one in like 3 different categories before they started.
I think he will.
Right, but it wasn't a mandated fight. It was a voluntary. That's why they were able to get paid so much and put it on pay-per-view.
He definitely was mandated to fight it.
By which sanctioning body?
They did. He was number one in every sanctioning body.
Who you say?
Number one doesn't make you the mandatory.
That does.
Number one means you are.
That's why Shakir's not the mandatory no more.
Yeah, he numbered. They bumped him to number one
to number two. Yeah,
or number two, and then it's mandatory. One of them.
Loma started crying. That's why
that politics game.
Yeah,
is
he started crying. Loma started crying like a little baby and got his way.
So why haven't they ordered the fight for Loma if he wants that rematch? Why hasn't that taken place?
He
Because
obviously don't
that
want
man
it.
ain't fighting no damn Lomachenko
He
again.
said he didn't want the fight. He didn't want a rematch.
He said
Loma
he
said
didn't want
that.
it at the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
He was after he was crying like a little bitch.
I don't
So you
blame.
move
I don't
Shakur
blame
out the way, put Loma in, and Loma's just gonna sit at number one and not do anything about it.
Well,
No, what's going to
That's
happen is when Devin drop
Shakur
all
can
those
go get his
belts,
lawyers. Shakir can go get his lawyers and try to get
that's
his
why I said they
mandated
need to
spot
make him
back.
and Loma fight.
I mean, every time you
Put it
every
into the
time you
BS.
bring
Just make
you
Shakur
think
and Loma.
they'll just give him the belt?
I'm just telling you.
You think they'll just give him the belts if Devin let go of him?
No, I think Loma versus Shakur at
They
there we
might
go.
fight.
They might just upgrade. They
For the
might just
vacant belt,
upgrade him.
yeah. Who? Loma?
They
You
is
can't.
he number one? Yeah, they might just
You
upgrade him
can't
to
you
champion.
He
can't
They
doesn't
did
have
that.
an
They've done that
interim.
before.
you can't do that.
I
You have
thought
to
you need
have
to
an
have an
interim
interim
belt
or
to
a
do
silver
it.
title
You have to have
or a
an
Huh?
silver
interim,
title.
and it's no
The
interim
interim
or
or the
silver
silver
title.
belt.
Devin Haney has every interim and silver. He has everything.
They could make a fight for it though. They can make a fight for an interim belt,
Man, I bet you money.
like
I bet you
Carlos
money.
Adames.
I bet you money. They're gonna move him up as champion. I guarantee you that shit.
Big Dog
They
Willie's
can't do
putting
that.
some money
The
on it.
only person, they can
They
do that with
sanction
is
shit like this.
Javante.
The sanctioned body can do whatever they want.
They
True.
can only do that with Javante.
Well, we gonna see how all this play out, man. Like I said, this was cool to talk about, man. At the end of the day, I think it was worth having this conversation, bro. But man, I can't wait to the business align itself with these two dudes so they can fight. But even past that, man, if you gonna move him out there,
Just,
put Loma there, why not make that fight, yo? Like
Like,
I'm tired of all this.
just you
I
said
think it's good for boxing.
Damn, make
just
Loma and Shakur Stevenson so they at least something. Give us something. Like I want to see a 50-50 fight, bro.
Loma's not gonna fight Shakur. I guarantee he's not gonna fight
I
him.
got a question.
It's like he don't want to. It's like I don't got that
Well, not
notion
a
he won't
question.
fight him.
Just Jonathan got a question.
What you say?
Well, it's not a question, but it's really.
Oh,
You said Dev took 70-30 in the Cambosos. I thought he took 80-20 because that's what Cambosa was talking about. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
fight you if
hell
it's
no. That's why I had
80-20.
pulled that little
no,
thing.
yeah, 70-30 because that's what was Loma was offered. He took the same deal that Loma was offered.
That's why I was making a little bit of pushback, not really arguing, but
Well,
like
we know
saying,
Loma
bro,
didn't get 70-30.
it's the 25% you gave. I mean, you offering him, you didn't take for Cambosis, like, and y'all still call that a slave deal. So I'm just saying, based off y'all logic, why would you
Cambosa
then
got 10 million though.
worse than a slave deal?
Cambosa got 10 million.
God, he did get paid. His ass did get paid, bro.
You think Dev not? It's gonna be way more money in the pot. So Shakir's gonna get his back. Like it's.
No, I don't like that argument though. That argument's kind of corny. Saying
it's facts though.
he's gonna get his money back and stuff like that. I mean, that's not that's come on, man.
What's at the end of the tunnel? Devin did it.
And I get that leg. That's the leg they got to stand on. They at least you could say Dad did make a sacrifice. He didn't make that same sacrifice because I'm
two
a
sacrifices.
You didn't take that, but you did it. And again, I got a real. I would love.
What's 5%?
Man, yo, it ain't. Man, I'm sorry, yo.
$1 million?
We knew
Cambosis
wasn't beating
He
Dave.
better go do what Dev did and find the rest of money.
We knew Cambosis wasn't beating no Devin Haney, bro. Like,
yeah, we knew that.
We knew this.
That's not what everybody was saying on the news outlets and everything. They were saying
no. Who wasn't saying that? Who wasn't saying that?
I'm sorry. Like I mean,
not
it's
too
so
big
humbly
dog,
and
Willie.
respectfully. Like I just don't know.
Not too big dog, Willie. You only say crazy stuff on BS.
I just don't know what people was looking at if they was like confidently feeling like Cambosis is gonna beat Dev. Like he ain't have a shot, bro. Like I'm sorry, like he ain't have a puncher's chance.
We know who was saying those things. It wasn't no black man saying that. So we knew who was saying that. So
they was tripping with that, bro. I mean, Tony Reviews did argue me down about it.
Huh?
He was like,
Bradley not black.
Come on,
man. Not really,
corporate
but,
man.
You know,
we tried to kick him out a bunch of times. We preached him out a bunch of times.
He might not be black. Andre Ward lost his job. He got to keep his.
There you go. There you go, bro. There you go.
Listen,
There you
I think
go.
He said Timothy Bradley.
he'll be on Showtime soon enough. I can see it now. Ward and Brian Custon.
You just don't hate enough for us, man. You just
come on.
Just this my only
You're
problem.
not enough narratives. Not enough narratives.
Yeah, not enough narratives, bro.
Hey, Just this my only problem. This my only problem with you. I feel like you want to talk about this Shakur fight because you trying to hide little Tank back there in the corner. You don't know damn good. You know what I'm saying? Get that.
You don't know. You don't know, Just. You don't know. You don't know.
Hell no, bro.
I see.
I'm a lobby for my guys because I gotta stand tall for Jersey.
Right.
But I do it within the realm of entertainment, like without making it personal. But nah, I didn't really.
It's like you talk about Tank, but as soon as somebody bring up Tank, Secure.
Nah, but see, y'all got me. I think I ain't never. This is the first time I ever heard somebody say this, and my bro said it to me too. I never even realized that was. I don't know. It felt like the focal point was really what it was with him and Shakur going back and forth. And Tank talks kind of was on like temporary pause with his current situation. So that's how I was looking at that. So I'm like, if that's on pause, maybe that's why he pressing a little bit over here now. And I'm looking at it like, but protecting him. Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's a fighter.
He like to predict fights and like make predictions way before fights is lined up and things like that. But based off what I've seen in Devin Haney's last fight, and knowing that it's very hard for him to make that weight, seeing how big he is now, I think taking a Tank fight at 135 would be very ballsy, brave, and I would truly respect it. But I don't expect that. I think that would be very risky. If he take that risk, a lot of what people were saying about him, like the stuff that I think people go overboard with, they would be right on par with it. If he sit around and he fight a Tank Davis at 135, bro, oh my God. Like that, I would be very shocked because I feel like everybody get a wake-up call, bro. And he got his first 50-50 fight, and I feel like he did his thing, and I feel like he won it 7-5. That's how I had it. I feel like he pulled it off.
Do you think he stepped
like energy switched that? I feel like some of the things Loma hit on, it could have been real, but see, people.
Okay.
And if you're not making it personal, just think about what he said. He says you're not gonna fight these dudes because you know your level. And then when you see some of the energy and the moves and see how things transpire, you kind of got to look back at what Loma said and just look, at least look and be like,
Okay,
like,
but do you think, Just, I got a question. Do you think he fights Tank the same way he fights Loma? Because if he fights that like that, he's going to get knocked the fuck out.
I think anybody that thinks that would be crazy.
No, he's not. He's not fighting.
Yeah, he's not going to fight that way.
He's going to be off the back foot.
Two different people, right? And
it's not going to be the same fight.
Yeah, but I still
the how Tank not walking through nobody.
Walking? What you mean walking?
Jay, you gotta wait for us to answer the question before you keep talking, bro.
You mean like just watching?
I'm trying to get everything in because I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, Tank for me, I think he don't need to walk right through you, but you know what he's gonna do to you when he catch you. And I think if we're just looking at your last fight, I don't expect you to fight him that way. But the fact is out there, like you got a couple of southpaws that he fought, and although he obviously was successful in each of them, he get hit a lot with left hands. He got a bad tendency to bending over to the right. That's something that I continue to see even in the Lomachenko fight. I'm just saying it's not out the realm of possibility for people to feel like he can outbox him and stay on the outside for 12 rounds. Like that very well can happen, right? But I'm just telling you, when you're in there with one of the most efficient and accurate offensive fighters that punch harder than, you get what I'm saying? He could put you to sleep. He's that efficient and accurate. It's very hard for people to make me believe that he's going to go an entire 12 rounds, which would be 36 minutes without
I don't think it's that hard to believe.
Yeah. That's kind of, he's going to have to get hit.
Like,
Tank's too good.
I want to hear somebody say like, "Yo, if he do get hit, he'll be all right." Say that, but this whole
I think he will
on the outside. You've never seen him do that to nobody else. JoJo Diaz got in the inside. Why wouldn't Tank?
What happened to him?
Why wouldn't Tank Davis be to get in the inside if JoJo Diaz did it?
He's not. But when JoJo Diaz got in the inside, how many did he take before he got in there?
What? That man was walking in with no behind.
He was not just walking in there.
Give me a second.
Not just walking in there, bro. How many was he getting hit with by the time he got to the inside? He hit him like 6 times before he got to the inside.
But Tank ain't no JoJo Diaz either. So
and Tank don't throw punches in volume.
Tank can get in. Tank would. I mean, okay. I'm just gonna say
if he does that, that would be the worst fight he could do. He has to stay himself. He cannot. And you heard what he said. I gotta go at Devin. Who has he said that about?
who.
Tank has only said, I have to go at Devin. I gotta go at
I think Tank can fight a number of different ways.
He can't.
So
he can't box him. You know he can't.
He can't. Of course, he can't outbox him. But Tank can box though. It's not like he can't box. Tank can box.
I never said that. He's just not on the level of Shakur and Devin.
No. I didn't say that. But if he gets in there, he'll hit the shell both of them, and that'll be.
I think he got a chin though.
Who has a chin?
Devin.
Devin has a chin. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Tank's power is something else though. I don't care what kind of chin you have. It takes power something else.
Yeah, it's different. It's different in there. It's
They
different.
tearing him. Y'all be tearing Devin up. Y'all be killing me. Y'all be going off in the comments. They've been smoking Shakur for 2 days straight. They had me up 3 something in the morning talking about this stuff, yo. Oh man, I'll be enjoying it as long as people understand the energy I'm bringing, yo. Because I think again, a lot of people like to argue boxing. I don't. I like to talk it. And you can't get nowhere arguing and not respecting where the next man coming from. You can't have no conversation like that. So got to be one opinion on top of another. Nah, man, bro. If he ain't this, it's because I said so. And the louder you get, the more you think you are.
Yeah, it's that loud this. I said so shit. Yeah.
Right, because I said so.
I'm gonna say this.
William Old School, that's you in the back. Go ahead, Jay. You all good, bro.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get out of here. This the big dog Willie. I know you gonna try to bring up Shakur. You and Jess, so you can protect your boy Tank. We know a big dog Willie. I can't wait to see you later on BF channel. You know what I'm saying? Doing your buffoonery. You know what I'm saying?
BF. Oh man, that's all for entertainment. That's for you guys.
I'm already knowing.
All the way to town on my boy.
Yeah,
we gotta take that shit too seriously. That's why I had to someone start clowning. Cause you guys, people be in there, be serious, be ready to murder each other. That's why I come in there and start acting stupid because it's fun.
I'm already knowing. You only stay serious when it's Shakur Stevenson. I
know.
I'm gonna fit that one out.
you can't never joke when it's Shakur. Big dog Willie.
No, I sure can't. No.
Nah, they be coming crazy when it's my boy. He can't do shit. I'm like, nah. You know what? I'm gonna just say he gotta prove it, and he gonna keep proving it when he get in the ring. All the politics, people can argue those better than me. You can bring up this point and try to make it seem like that. Nah, I just deal with logic, and I think I made solid points that are not an argument trying to argue for them, but just pointing out some stuff that people are not obviously touching on, and they ignoring it. And again, if you really trying to have a conversation, you don't ignore important factors just because they don't suit your argument. You don't do that. Again, if you're not driving it out,
you hear people out.
That's why I wanted to come up here and say the different stuff y'all saying, so I could tell y'all what I got. And I still don't think I've been unreasonable yet. I still don't think I said nothing that's great.
You don't be unreasonable, but your boy, Big Dog Willie.
What up, Dutch?
Come on, unreasonable.
Bro, you don't when it's Shakur, you don't want to hear nothing.
Man, was listening to all that Tank crap. Look, let me tell you this. I watched Devin.
Was good, bro.
I watched Devin with Loma. And Tank gonna walk through him, bro. Devin ain't got enough power to keep Tank off of it. Devin also makes too many damn mistakes. The way he was eating that left hand, he does that with Tank, bro. He's not gonna last 5 rounds. Let's just be honest.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
The best fight at 135 is Shakur and Tank. Plain and simple. That's the best fight at 135. And that's the way I see it.
Or you know what? I did like when Shakur said him and Tank is the Super Bowl of 135 or a Super Bowl of boxing. And the reason why I felt like it made sense when he said it, because the Super Bowl, sometimes you know you'll have the best defense and get the best offense. And I feel like when you look at Shakur and Tank, you kind of get something close to that. So I'm like, that'd be a damn good fight. And again, I'm not a one-sided dude. It's not just Dev and Shakur or nothing. Nah, eventually they're gonna have to fight too. So if I could see that fight, if I could see Tank and Shakur fight tomorrow, I would pay my money to see that. I promise you I would.
Look, that's why I wanted Tank or Shakur to fight Devin first. Get that out of the way, one of them, and then make the Super Bowl.
Right. But
you know what I mean? That's shit, dude.
They say that's what's next. Like I see Tank team sound like they're applying pressure. As people seem like they like, yo, don't go to 140 without fighting us. And now I'm hearing people saying that's what Dev is thinking around for Tank. So I'm like, oh, that was news to me. I didn't know that he put anything solid or concrete out there that would say that's what he was doing next. I just heard people say that, but I also heard people say it was Regis too. So I just be trying to say like, which one is it going to be? But maybe we get something, man. Maybe we figure it out. I mean,
look, Regis made buku mistakes in his last fight, bro. I ain't even gonna try. Even though he's a hometown guy, I'm not even gonna try and play off for him because he made mistakes.
Right.
Regis does best when he's got somebody right in his face banging with him. You know, Devin ain't gonna do that with Regis.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, if Devin does try that, Devin's gonna line up on the canvas.
Right.
But I don't think Devin's stupid enough to try that with him. Devin's going to try and stay on the outside, box him, keep his jab in Regis' face, and just back up and get the hell away from Regis.
Baby girl
That's the smartest way to fight Regis.
So you think that Devin's not going to beat Tank or Core? He's going to have 2 L's on the record. I mean, look, I think those are 2 of the absolute hardest fights for him. That's what it is. I mean, y'all know where my money at, but it ain't no bias stuff. I can sit here and give you a little tactical breakdown of what I see differently in them and why I see one guy winning over the other. But I want to see it so bad so I can know if my assessment of what I see in Shakur is real, and I think it is. But again, that's why people make me more comfortable. No matter how they spin this situation with the 25%, I'm gonna always be comfortable knowing that it was a BS offer, and you know it. You people cannot call that all they want. It was a BS offer, but I understand people saying he ain't had the leverage too, right? I get that, but y'all can have that. I just know the energy switched up from the moment he was putting pressure on him, speaking his name and all of that. Y'all was treating it like he was doing something that not Dev has shown to do to other fighters in the past. And you notice when I make that point, don't nobody have nothing to say about it. They don't say, oh yeah, they don't at least say, all right, that do make sense. I tell people all the time, even if you got a different point of view, yeah, I hear you right there. That makes sense. They don't just keep it consistent. So it's like he could show this energy and it's brave and it's worth you making a video about it and talking about how you want all the smoke. Then when the next guy show that same energy, he clout chasing and he should give him his time to enjoy his win and he should know better and he's off code and all this like he's coning and
that's it. That was just annoying. Yeah,
it's like, bro, where was this energy when he sat up on national television and said Devin Haney is gonna smoke him? Nobody had nothing to say when he said that. That's how he felt going into it when he seen the way it played out. Like every poll that I seen on YouTube, I have seen no poll. None of them was in the 50s. All of them was 60-40 this, 60-something, 30 that. Like none of those polls was in Devin Haney's favor, but I still stayed true to what I believed that he won the fight, and I still believe he won the fight. But those polls, I brought that up to say y'all crucified Shakur. He was not the only person that thought the man lost. Why are y'all making that out to be something that is not? And then people take their opinions and their assumptions like it's law. People go so far as to say the reason they moved Shakur out the way and put Loma because of what Shakur said in the post.
Yeah, that's craziness too.
And they'll run with that like they know that to be undeniable truth. Other than, let's be real, who been getting favoritism their whole career and continue to get it, but when he get it, y'all not calling that out. Y'all want to blame it on Shakur. Tell me if people don't be driving no motherfucking narratives, man. People drive narratives. He ain't nothing but more favorable treatment that he's been getting. Cut the crap, man. Cut the crap.
Like I said, he cried to get his. Like he cried like a little bitch to stay at number one.
Loma away just yet. That's what it is. They ready to try to give him another crack at it. That's what it told me, and that's the reason they won't make him and Shakur fight each other right now. I'm past. I would be off this Haney shit if they just make them fight for the spot that you just replaced him for. You get what I'm saying?
Look, part of the issues for Devin is his dad. His dad keeps opening his mouth, putting out all this shit. Oh, he's gonna whoop Tank. Oh, he's gonna whoop Shakur, and blah 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 blah. And he keeps doing it while Devin ain't saying a word.
Yeah, when you offer that boy,
it's his dad be doing that shit. Yeah,
80, 20 you, and we say you better take it. Let's see what that energy like. That's why I say people, y'all back him into a corner by making arguments you don't need to make. You can't have it all your way. You're trying to make it look like no matter what he do and say is great. It's like everything can be true at the same time. Y'all saying too much because y'all backing this energy now. But then when it's due on the other foot, when you dealing with
dad said, "Oh, we're going to stay in the division for the rest of the year," right? Did he go and talk to his son about that before he made that statement?
He never said that, yo. Don't lie on him, Joseph. He never said he wasn't black. He tweeted, in fact, that he never said that. And people put words in his mouth. That's weird, man. And again, that ain't even got nothing to do with boxing, but he never said that. He never
say what?
He never said that. Trust me, I watched him enough to know he never said that. He came.
Say what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
He wasn't black, and people was pushing that. Man, I talked about that behind the scenes with somebody.
The Puerto Rican thing.
Salute to my bro, Undercard Boxing, man. Appreciate you, fam.
No, there's just another way to attack him. That's what it is.
Yeah, man. I mean, we know what he is. So, like, and he know what he is. But the fact that, again, they was trying to make him look funny for toting a Puerto Rican flag. Like, people.
Look, bro, and we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Devin looked terrible for the weigh-in for Shakur. Devin looked terrible for the weigh-in for freaking Loma. I mean, him trying to fight at 135, dude. You know,
I just think
the kid lacks power because he's weight training himself. You know, I think he does pick up a little power. I don't know if he picks up enough power, but he does pick up a little power by getting the extra pounds.
I think,
but trying to go down to 135, draining the hell out of himself, and then expect to be at his best, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
Yeah, and trying to fight somebody like Tank at 135, he's gonna get murdered.
Not drain is gonna hurt you. Like, I just think that's risky, but we'll see. We'll see. Like,
he's not gonna do it. Just do it. It's not gonna happen.
Like, it's
not gonna happen.
Like, I don't know, man.
What kills me is everybody keeps trying to push Tank to 140. Tank came out of that Barrios fight, and he said flat out, them dudes are just too big for me. I'll stay at 135. That's where I'm going to be, period. And everybody keeps trying to drag Tank to 140. If Tank feels comfortable at 140, leave the man, at 135, leave the man alone and let him fight at 135.
A mistake, John. He fixed it. He said Loma, bro. He said Loma, not Shakur. Damn, y'all be mad as hell. Bro slipped up. Players mess up, you know what I mean? Players
wow.
But
I can't even see the chat.
Always a healthy dialogue, man. Salute to Devin Haney. Like I said, man, there's certain people that's fans of his that I truly rock with. A couple of those people was up here today. You know what I mean? 817 rock with Devin Haney. I feel like he always pretty logical and fair, bro. So salute to him. Yeah, and I ain't the thumbnail. I had to poke a little fun out of Handgun Haney, bro. I had to have some fun with it.
Well, John, I'm going back to the chat.
35 right now, y'all.
Josh, I'm going back to the chat. Let Miss Dude know I said Martin.
Martin, I got you. Got you, my bro. Appreciate you. Oh man. He said, "Yo, is that really dead? VD in the thumbnail? Nah, that's somebody else did that, bro. I didn't do it. I just used it to play around, though, to poke a little fun. I seen a couple of Shakur. I said I gotta have fun with this a little bit. That's why I did put one that's how he looked now. So people know it's just in good fun. It's cool. It's again, man. This might not be the popular approach on YouTube, bro, but I urge everybody to understand how to have boxing conversations where you had a conversation without arguing, bro. And I think we did some of that. Like, your people get heated, but I think we do a good job at not arguing because you don't get nowhere. And I keep saying that this might be corny, but people, it ain't corny. People just ain't used to it. It's unpopular. Like I said before, you ain't got to argue to get your point across, especially when you're dealing with your perspective and your point of view and what you think. That's your opinion, and people will pass it as its law, and it's just that's not how boxing works. So no matter how compelling you make your argument, still remains that people leave out convenient facts just to make themselves sound a certain way. So I'm just not beat. And like I said, when you run through the list of fighters that they're telling me is ducking this man, and then you look at the list of fighters that have been willing to get in the ring with him, you cannot logically make me feel like a lesser opponent is more willing to get in there for what? Like, you get what I'm saying? Just lesser talent. You don't give me this garbage. They got less to lose, bro. Stop. Ain't nobody scared of them, is what I'm saying. Like, ain't nobody. Y'all painting this man image that's not there. Y'all trying to force it, and it's not there.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. That's basically what it is.
Everybody was ducking him. No, he didn't. There were several people that did duck him. Why won't nobody say that he was ducked? Straight up ducked, turned down. Cambosis was another one that turned him down. No, he was cool on the Shakur Stevenson smoke. You get what I'm saying? Another one, Pitbull, Zepeda. Like, the list goes on, man. These dudes don't be wanting to fight. And more of the same. And I know one thing, and this is just me as a observer and not a fan of nobody. When that guy got to 135, I promise you the energy started switching. I started hearing people go personal with Shakur. I've never seen people do that before. That is a red flag to me. The minute he opened his mouth and said your man name, people went right into the insults and let me see how I can make Shakur Stevenson sound like he a sucker. Let me see how good I can get up here and tell people how he ain't this and that shit is lame. Nah,
easily, yeah.
Personal, and that told me that y'all worried about the threat that he actually is. And I was hearing the energy switch. People were saying the only reason he want to fight is because Dev is going to be drained at 35. Oh, what has he done to deserve a shot at undisputed? The same thing Loma did. Fight a damn tune-up. Just because Loma was coming straight off of 3 tune-ups to fight Devin Haney, and he did absolutely.
I know. Remember that narrative? I remember that.
No, they never give you nothing. So when people say that, you're just telling me you're making excuses not to make a quality fight. Like, you're having the wrong kind of conversation. You want to talk about the politics, the business, and the bluffing, and that's what leg people use to stand on to try to make their argument. But in fact, I see smoke and mirrors. I feel like Knockout called it on both sides. You could say somewhat of posturing and bluffing on both sides, but I feel like it's coming more from one side than the other, and that's just me. People could call me a fan all you want. That ain't the case. I just know what I see. You get what I'm saying? I know when I see energy switch. I know when I see a guy that's not exhibiting no energy to fight a guy other than this contract talk. And then people ain't going to talk about how long it took for this to even get here, how it was like silence, how people were saying everything but let's fight. You get what I'm saying? So you want to say clout chasing. And again, I just don't feel like quality fighters could really clout chase each other unless you see he got years of just chasing and mentioning this guy's name with no intent to fight him. I think it's so premature to try to put that jacket on either fighter. People just don't care. They like, as soon as I duck, he don't want to fight. Clout chaser, yeah, he don't want to fight. I deal in logic, bro. You're not going to make me think a guy that just was groomed to fight the best is going to start wanting to not fight the best when the money is on the line. He did it for free, but he's not going to be willing to do it with the money on the line because the only thing he want to do is pad his record, right, and fight nobodies. When already, if people are really taking their emotions out the situation and you see how accomplished he is already, and to some of the people that he fought, if you just not knocking him, you'll see that he did more than what you think. You just don't give credit where it's due, and that's how people are. But I guarantee you, if somebody fought the same guys he fought, they'd get a ton of credit for it. And I know it. I just know it. That's why I say, man, I know I can't get Devin and Shakur right now, and that's cool. But I would love a Shakur and Loma. Absolutely would. Yeah, he did. Because that's how Joseph, he said that, and I remember him saying that. But I think that's an honest assessment, though. That's an honest assessment. Like, he's saying that, and people are ignoring that. They're saying it like he's saying something funny. He's saying what's true. What a lot of his fans echoed. They said the only reason he want to fight him because he gonna be drained. And they're saying that not based off what Shakur saying. They saying it based off of how they think he looked at the weight class. You know what I'm saying? Or the last time before he even got the Loma. You see what I'm saying? So people don't know what excuse they want to use. Every different day it's a different reason as to why somebody ducking them and how nobody want to fight them. I find that hard to believe how the best fighters in the world don't want to fight them because people are making him out to be a much scarier fighter than in all actuality he is. Who do y'all think is actually scared to fight him, and what do you have to back that they actually scared to get in the ring with him? People just say anything and they run with it. You don't have anything to back. You're gonna run with, he ain't take 75%, 25%, he ain't want to fight. Yeah, run with that. Run with that because it make you sleep good at night. Just wait till you see the actual fight and how it play out. I guarantee you a lot of people gonna be eating crow. I can't wait to bet people. And this comes from an entertainment side. It's not personal with me. I can't wait to see the fight. I cannot wait to see it. Or him and Tank, I can't wait to see that either. Shit, I can't wait to see who's gonna win out of any of these dudes. So we gonna see, man. Ducking his dad's clout chasing. So at this point, dad gets running skills from his dad. You a fool. I think his dad do a good job of keeping his name out there, promoting him. Just making his rounds and things like that. I think I was saying this before, I gotta give him credit for understanding the value of YouTube. Unlike a lot of these other people in their teams, I think he understands the value of YouTube, making yourself readily available on certain platforms, forming different allies and things like that. Kind of a way to kind of corner and control the market. That's just something that I think, whether he did it intentionally or not, but that's kind of what I see. I see that, a pattern that people won't call out or bring up certain things. And it's like, it's the no. It's like I'm going to call it all down the middle. I don't see how it's, cool to go crazy on every fighter, but you can't give no constructive criticism. You can't have no type of critique or nothing. You can't even come out and say that you think a guy lost a fight and people are writing you off as some type of, sucker, or you're cooning for the crowd. Like, what, bro? He gave his honest opinion, dude. Like, what type of time people be on? What, you want him to lie and say, yeah, well, I thought get out of here, man. Like, bro, not many credible people that, have respect, say they thought he lost. Know what I mean? And still through all of that, I kept the same energy. So it's great. He said that man needed you jot him back. They just try to force it, bro. I love to see that too, Rocky. Salute to you, bro. I love to see Shakur and Frank Martin, because it's a 50-50 fight where people can't complain. That's all I want to see, is him prove how good he is, right? Not me just have to tell people based on what I feel like I've seen thus far. I want to see it. I want to see it being proven. I think that's always fair when people say that. Jermaine versus Raymond. Oh, Morataya. I would even like to see that, 10K. Shakur Morataya. He just knocked out Nakatila. You went the distance with him. Perfect barometer. You just smashed the guy. He took the distance, even though he dropped him and beat his ass for 12 rounds. You stopped him in about 2. You know what I'm saying? So I would have loved to see Morataya fight. Ain't no, but where everybody energy at for Morataya? He said he wanted the winner out of Loma and Haney. Why y'all ain't mad at Morataya for calling Devin Haney out? Why ain't nobody mad at Raymond Morataya? Or y'all think that'd be a bad fight too, huh? Tell you, boy, people don't keep it consistent. When you are a credible fighter calling for another credible fighter, you a clout chaser. But Romero could say he want to fight Earl Spence, and I don't hear nobody whining about that shit. You talking about clout chasing, and that's why I say you got to be careful, because he ain't no damn Rolly Romero. You know he gonna get in a fight, and he ain't gonna do no bunch of jabbing and holding. And you ain't never watched the Shakur Stevenson fight where you could accuse him and say that's all he did was jab and hold. I don't give a damn how you complain. You ain't never did that in no fight. So, and I guarantee you, when you get in his first 50-50 fight, you ain't gonna walk away from it talking about somebody got robbed either. I bet you that. I'm willing to bet. Now, these are things I don't mind being wrong about, but I'll say it. When he get in his first real 50-55, I think he had one, but I know it's arguable, debatable to some people. I got you, Thomas. But I think he had one already. But people just, their interpretation of what's 50-50 is different than me. Because I was told Pedraza and Tank won 50-50, and Pedraza was the favorite. So I don't understand how the hell that's not a 50-50 fight, but whatever. Yeah, at this point, once you just do a Devin in the ring, Devin will whoop my ass. I ain't in no shape to fight no Devin Haney, even if I was, but I don't box. Honestly, I'm a realist. Like, I ain't gonna just, people be like, well, he's only 135 pounds, boy. Ain't no 135 pounds right now. Valdez is more 50. Me too, Rocky. I thought so too, bro. I thought Valdez was like a 50-50. I thought it did. Why? SM, what's good, bro?
Hey, I got a small beef with you.
Well, what's good, bro? Talk to me, man.
All right, so I'm listening to the show, and I feel like a lot of people have it's a lack of communication.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me.
Everybody keeps saying Devin sent Shakur offer, Devin's offer, Devin's offer. This is not Devin's offer. Devin does Devin have the network deal?
Right. Nah, true indeed.
No. Devin doesn't have the network deal. Devin is not fronting the money. So the offer isn't coming from Devin. The offer is coming from Bob based off of what Devin wants. There's a budget in place. Let's say it's a $10 million budget for the guaranteed money. If Devin says, okay, I want 7.5, then Bob's offering Shakur 2.5.
Right.
So I feel like everybody's overreacting. These are negotiations. You gotta let this shit play out.
I said that. We said that earlier. That's why I wanted. I wish you would have came up here from the rip if you'd have had time, because this is why I had these conversations, because see, people like you understand how to have them, and we don't come equipped with all the answers, but people talk like they do. So I come from a place, I don't have all these answers. I can't answer every little thing, and I just ain't that guy, and I ain't gonna act like it. So I'll be wanting people like you to come up here and talk to the people, because you need this for the conversation. So go ahead, talk to me.
Sure. Devin's not wrong for wanting this number. Shakur's not wrong for turning that shit down. Well, actually, it wasn't even Shakur that turned it down. This is management.
Now I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna just stop right there. I said that from the rip, but I said it's still a good conversation you could have. It's just, if you driving narratives, the conversation becomes lopsided. If you're really trying to have a conversation and make it make sense, then it comes off different. I think that's what you add to the conversation. But go ahead, bro. I'm listening.
Yeah, but good management is gonna say no, because at the end of the day, this fight doesn't need to happen now, because it's a fight that's going to be worth more a year from now, 2 years from now. So I'm not taking 25%. Fuck
kind of how Loma was, right? How the Loma fight. It didn't make sense them years ago, but it made sense, I guess, when he fought.
Well, in this perspective, these are young men. They're not even in their primes yet, and they're not even in their primes as far as popularity, dude.
Right.
So it's a situation like, you offer 25%. Fuck off. If I can't get anything better, you go ahead to 40. I'm gonna go clean up this shit. And we'll either meet at 40 or 47 for a big fight. Whereas though now I'll have leverage. Right now, Shakur really ain't got much leverage.
None though, bro. I don't think he really got none. And that's what I was saying too. That's why I was like, I hope people understand what my stance is. It's not coming from a fan trying to protect the fighter. It's coming from trying to have a conversation. He don't have leverage, bro. He just don't have it.
And the way that Shakur has been talking, if you are like, these fighters get petty.
Right.
It's not just all about the fight. They like to beat you in the negotiating room too. So Shakur talking greasy, Devin and Bill and them could be on some shit like, like you taking it short, my nigga. Like,
and that's why I said they styling on him right now. He got to know that. They 100% styling on you right now. And you just got to know that. And my thing was, I was asking, I guess, what's the conversation after that point? Like, is it dead because he won't take 25, or is it a way to have another conversation beyond that point? Or do the talk just stall out and we really see what it is? Like, it ain't time for this fight anyway.
It depends, right? Because it depends on how bad Bob wants to have the fight. If Bob don't want to go over that number and if every party isn't willing to bend, then you just revisit it at a different time.
Right.
Because let's say, what if Eddie's offering you $5-6 million to fight Regis, but Bob is offering you 6 to 7 to fight Shakur? I'll let you later, Shakur. That's just this. And then we got the elephant in the room. Nobody knows what Tank is going to do.
Right. See, that's why I appreciate you coming up here, bro. Appreciate it, man. This is why I dropped the link, man, because it's different with me. A lot of people want to argue points. I love it. So you got something obviously different that's much needed to add to the conversation, bro. And it's always appreciated, man.
But dudes are calling Shakur a dunk. I don't agree with that, because it is business. Now the problem that Shakur is going through is he presents himself as the boogeyman.
Right.
And the fact that he's like pressing Devin and acting like Devin is scared of him. But when they send you a deal, your people turn it down.
Right.
So all of a sudden you went from boogeyman to businessman, and then the Devin Haney fans are going to segue that into, oh, well, Dev took the short to get the undisputed. Why you can't if you all about the smoke? So you open yourself up to criticism when you send the sign your contract, the bottles, and all.
And let me say that.
Hopping in the ring.
Let me just say how I agree with you, and I also said that. That's why I just got to keep pointing this out, because a lot of people approach this situation with these two with the intent to argue somebody down. That's not what I'm here to do. Like, what it was is what it was. Like I said, this him not accepting 25% opens the floodgates for the criticism for people to say that you don't want it, brother. So I have no argument for as a supporter of yours. There's no argument I need to make, because a fanboy would try to argue what makes fucking sense. It makes sense, bro. If you say no after you've been shown, it's like you said, sending them the bottle, you pressed them after your fight, you jumped in the ring. I get all of that. I understand it, even though I don't have a problem with none of it. But I understand why people gonna say all that energy you showed. Now you have something. I don't care if it's BS. You should take it based on what you've shown. And when people say that, I say I get it. But then I say, after that, what next? I say, well, that's not the only way to look at it. Could it be a way that he can get more? Could they really revisit? Could they have a conversation? Get what I'm saying? What goes on after this point? Like, or like you said, it's not coming from Devin. So you know what I mean? It's with the guy in the middle, which is Bob Arum. So, which I think, you know, he's another thing that out of both sides. So it's frustrating from that perspective too, because on one end you hear Bill say he met with him, that ain't even on the table. Then you get what I'm saying, him have a interview where he's saying that's the fight he want to make. You get what I'm saying? And then he shoot down Tank Davis' notion that he won't make that fight because he got guys like Shakur to make fights with. So it just get crazy. It get messy. It get crazy, man. It's a lot. But appreciate YSM. He probably had to just salute to my bro Undercard Boxing in the Super. Fun facts for the boxing support. Martin next fight is the WBC Eliminator. Salute to my bro Undercard Boxing, man. YSM.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Man, appreciate you, Undercard. Salute to all the family, man. It's been another dope build as always, man. I hope this is a conversation that people could enjoy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where Jonathan probably had some booze at the wear Dirk jacket for a hot 2 cycles. Yeah, he did. So my boy gonna have to wear one for a minute too. It's all good. You can slide a press pass. Salute to YSM, man. Always coming up with something good to add. Salute to all the bros that came up on the panel to cook, man. That's what these conversations are about. I know I got an unpopular maybe approach to content, but I don't feel the need to argue boxing topics. I feel like we can have these conversations and the people listening can really get something out of it and enjoy the conversation. And I feel like as long as we do that, we on point. So I think we did a good job at doing that. This was a good conversation, man. Devin Haney, character as a man wasn't attacked. Nothing personal was going on. This is all boxing and a good boxing conversation. So I'm glad people did chime in, join in. It was a good conversation, bro. Good. And Will, appreciate you coming up, bro. Kello, my bro, always showing love, man. Undercard, appreciate y'all. So again, I just want people to understand how I do content. I'm gonna make my jokes, but it's never a personal thing. It's not an attack on these dudes because I would be going against what I represent, which is giving dudes their credit, right? So, credit to Devin Haney in a sense, if you will, for kind of trying to call Shakur Stevenson bluff. Now we could look at the contract, we can make the offer that was put out or whatever the case. So we could, you know what I mean? You could lie, you could take it with a grain of salt like I do. You know what I'm saying? I think again, the business of boxing to line this fight up when it's time. I just don't think it's time now. People might disagree. I truly don't think it's time for this fight, bro. And it is what it is, right? But I know somewhere in the YouTube streets, my boy getting cooked, but I don't care because I'm still rocking with my boy. And every time he get in the ring, he gonna show everybody while he was just one of them guys. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. You're right. Needs a counter offer, right? I said that too, man. I said that too. And he did say he's just waiting to hear back something. So maybe they revisit it. Let's see. But I do think people do prematurely jump the gun too with trying to make a judgment, a predetermined judgment when things are so fresh and we just don't have enough of the answer. So I'm just a more open dude when it comes to having these conversations. But I stand firm on what I believe. Nobody's gonna make me think my boy no duck, no sucker. But I just feel like the business of boxing ain't lining this fight up, and I could be wrong as hell, but that's what I think. What's good, bro?
My bad.
No, it's all good.
Wi-Fi. But yeah,
yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's my bad in general. I caught a certain part of the show, and you know I didn't catch the early part, so you know I apologize.
It's all good. Like, yeah, but see, as long as people know, they know it's me. I'm really gonna aim to be as fair as possible. Like, and I like the extra conversation that keeps me. You know what I mean? I keep it honest over here. Like, you know, I can't argue with my boy saying no to 25 after barking. Like, I can't really argue for him there. So it's no argument. I would just say that's not the end of the conversation. You can't say it's end all or be all, but I get some people gonna carry it that way because they want to, you know, look at it a certain way. But for me, my mind is more open to it. And I know it's more complex than trying to call somebody a duck. I'm smart enough to know that. I think that's the corny approach as a content creator. I think that's what's wrong with boxing. I think we put way too many jackets on these fighters. When you get a real fighter, you're going to make you hell bent on making them look like less than, knowing that dude is quality. You got these, you get like right now, they treat my boy like he Rolly. Talking about going up to 47, knocking out Spence and shit. Like, come on, man. Him saying he want to fight Devin Haney ain't crazy, bro. Like, what y'all talking about? Know that man could fight, man. But man, talk to me though, man. I've been rambling about this, man. They had me up 3:30 in the morning talking about this. Who putting up the money? Oh yeah, YSM was saying that. That's coming from Bob. And again, it's always somebody that been here longer that got more knowledge in a certain area that I want up here. I want them people up here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad he came back up here. But yeah, he said that's Bob Am. So again, that a lot of times we placing the blame and all the responsibility in the wrong areas. I know we want to make it seem like it's 100% the fighters, but I think we know better than that. And that's what he came up here and brought me back to my initial point. That's why I've always said when Shakur initially said to them when they were online on that panel together, he said when we all go to the man and just sort it out like that, I always thought that was logical. I always thought that was something reasonable to say. I don't think it was crazy. Like if me and you want something together, bro, we on this panel cooking, we want something and we know it's a guy in the middle of what we want. Why wouldn't we go talk to them as men, like sit down? Like I just always thought that made sense, but maybe that's just me and my wishful thinking. But I just didn't think that was unreasonable to say.
I'm gonna say this to my man Undercard Boxing, bro. Ain't nobody get credentials for that fight. They basically they acquiesce in the outside media. Like
yeah,
all of the Philly dudes, we all got done in, bro. So it wasn't just you, it was me, it was Joey, it was everybody. But, yeah. So, but as far as the Shakur goes, that is
I think so, Thomas. What you think? YSM is the gate? You think Gates numbers is any leverage at all?
Wait, say that again.
Gate, what bro asked? He said, "What Thomas? My bad." He said, "Gate sales is a form of leverage." You think?
For who? Shakur?
I mean, I don't know if that's the way to put it because he fighting on ESPN. I guess I would say I had viewership more so in mind, but he's just saying is gate leverage. Is it a form of leverage, just in general?
Of course. Your gate is your gate is the second most important thing. It's you know, if you're on pay-per-view, of course it's the pay-per-view buys, then it's the gate. But at the same time, remember Shakur's last couple of fights.
In general, right? Yeah, facts, Thomas.
In New Jersey. Dev's been in Las Vegas, so you get to charge resort price.
That's an interesting question, man. I got that for YSM because he up here, man. I got to pick his brain a little bit. He said I was dead to the top rate contract, and he's not with him. It's interesting. Like I wonder, was it any truth to what Paulie said? like with him resigning, or was it just him just being salty again when it come to dad?
That's probably being salty. He didn't resign.
Okay, probably being salty. Damn Pelican, just out here yelling, just yelling stuff out. Top Rank at ESPN because Top Rank might get their walking papers. Yeah, I've been hearing this for a little while too. I've been hearing that whispers.
Just do. I wanted to touch on that.
The Top Rank walking papers. Go ahead, talk to me.
Yeah, but when Shakur is complaining about money, you have to look at the landscape of what's going on at ESPN. It's a laundry list of firings, right?
Right.
And I would imagine the budget isn't what it was.
Right.
If you got guys who are established, commentators or analysts that are getting canned. Like you talking about 20 people got laid off. And then you got the people like Andre Ward whose contracts didn't get renewed. So I don't see that fight happening right now. Like Shakur and Devin probably have numbers in their head that ESPN is like, yeah, nah, dog.
But it's cool to hear that because it's just like I hope people be listening, and I swear I hope I be calling it straight down to me. I know I do, man. I've said that from the start. So before you start trying to call ducks, I say, yo, neither one of them dudes has ducked each other, and can't nobody prove to me that they have. So you can try to make any compelling argument that you want. You can try to even pull up some receipts, but when I pull them up, it gets strange. And when I see bro on record saying that he ain't in a rush to fight him, and I see how all the energy has been since that point, and then y'all sitting up here telling me the other guy is scared, and I'm not even telling y'all that Dev is scared. I just think he ain't in the plans, and he said that to us. That's why I played the clip, not to make fun of it. I poke fun at it. It's funny to hear because Shakur ain't on record at least saying that. So I had my little fun with that clip, but
but Shakur is actually on record going back and forth. See, that's the thing. I'm gonna tell you who's the antagonist in this situation, right? So I talked to Shakur's grandpapa, did an interview with him, and he talked about how close he is to the family. A lot of people don't know that he used to train Dev when Dev was on USA Boxing. So
right.
They've always been close. But is that close, but y'all in the same weight class, so it's rivalry.
So it's competitive, right?
Bill has kind of antagonized the situation because it was always between them, it was always gonna be, all right, when we gotta fight, we gotta fight. I don't look forward to it, but down the road when it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
But Bill comes out and he's gonna knock you out, and he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that. Because remember, you didn't hear about Shakur versus Devin until earlier in the year. Like early in the year, late. And then Bill's coming out and he's talking shit. Remember, Shakur's going back and forth.
Bill,
then Shakur's energy changes towards Dev.
See what you did, Bill? Bill's smart, man. He know how to steer it up, bro. I swear I give him credit for it, bro. Got to. I think he is working out. I think somewhere he's sitting there smiling. Oh man, I think he enjoying this right here somewhere. But it's always fun though, because no matter what, people gonna think what they want anyway. Even when they got the undeniable proof, they'll still spin a narrative some type of way. When it comes down to it, that's a good fight, and I'm gonna always stand on that. It's a good fight, and it's one that I think Shakur gonna win because I feel like he got pedigree. Feel like he got a bit more maturity to his fight game. I just like the style better. You know what I mean? So, and I think he better, more creative defensively. It's little stuff like that, but it's never with me. Devin. Nothing else. I just think that I could be wrong as hell, but I still want to see it.
Yeah, I favor Devin. I think it's a 50-50 fight, but at the same time, we have to like. I'm gonna talk as a fan, not a media member. As fans, we have to understand that this is their job. And Shakur and Devin both have to look, down the long hallway. Okay, who are my money fights? I'm not going to take them early. I have to maximize.
Right.
I have to maximize everything in that fight.
Right.
Because if I could take Shakur for $3 million, or we can wait a year or two and I can get him for $6. I can get him for $7. I only got who does Dev got in your opinion? Shakur, Tank, who else? As far as money, I'm talking as far as money. I'm talking about money.
No, right.
Like
Facts. Right. That list. I mean, for that weight class,
maybe Ryan, maybe
two.
Tio. Yeah, maybe Ryan, maybe Tio.
Yeah,
so
Tio
Ryan,
is,
Tio, Shakur, and Tank. That's you. What do you got? 7, 8 years, maybe 10 years in his career. That's only 4 guys.
Right.
Like you got to make that. You got to make it last. Like Keith Sweat, bro.
Yeah. Now, yeah. See, that's why I appreciate the perspective, man. That should just make so much sense, like to the conversation. But again, it's a different element. You come in with something different than what everybody else when they came up here. They wasn't talking from that way. So you exactly the type of person I want to talk to because you ain't picking no side. You calling it down the middle how everybody else should be doing. Man, I appreciate it. I'm sorry I do, man. People don't do it enough, man. You just call it down the middle. You came right up here calling it down the middle, man. That's just what it is, man. So I agree with pretty much everything you're saying. I just think you're on point. I think you understand how things work.
I appreciate you
But I
doing
think
your thing.
logic when people, and again, the difference is I think you're able to have that kind of point of view and perspective because you're not driving a narrative. You make real content. I see it all the time. You always grind it. You don't drive a narrative. So you could come up here and add a logical element to this conversation that some people are not because it might not favor one or the other. But see, with you, it doesn't matter. It is what it is. And that's good. I wish people would have heard more people was there when they heard that when we was there cooking on it, because it just is what it is. That's another element that a lot of people are going to cancel out just to make their duck videos and sucker videos and coon videos, Shakur, Steve. I'm like, God damn.
Whoa,
how many
whoa,
barbecue on my boy.
What?
He's a cool. Damn, yeah, I said they barbecued him, yo.
Hey, bro, that's a heavy jacket to put on any black man. Like, that's not a jacket you put on a black man lightly, bro. Why? Because he mixed?
Because he said, he came out and said, after, mind you, he wasn't this when he said he thought Dev was gonna smoke Loma, but when he got in the ring, he said he thought Dev lost. That's right there when he started. That's when I started seeing all the hate for him. And I even heard somebody say that even if he thought that Dev lost, he should have still said he won. That right there, I was confused by that. I was like, huh? Like, what? No, why y'all making that a personal there? Man, I can't get it, bro.
I did. Like, all right, so I'm gonna say this, right? And he did have a little bit of extra like sauce on it, yeah. But at the same time, he went back. He looked at the fight and was like, "Yo, I saw it completely differently,
right,
in person as opposed to on TV."
Right.
So he's a man. He's entitled to change his mind. But bro, I'm about to have dinner, man. I appreciate everything you do.
Yeah,
you're doing your thing, man. Yo, any kind of help you need, hit me up, man. I really appreciate guys that just want to talk the sport and not the satire bullshit.
Right. Thank you for understanding that. That's my whole purpose for getting up every day, grinding this channel, trying to grow and really have these conversations. Because again, I try to do it without the toxicity, man. Like, it's not necessary, bro. Like, I always talk from a place of reason and logic. We talk about a lot of stuff that we never have all the answers to. So why would I get up here as a content creator and present myself like a guy that got all the answers, no matter how compelling my argument is? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to always allow people to add to the conversation, man. And I appreciate you, man. This is what we here for, to have the best conversations possible in this joint. Say, get with you, and I appreciate you, man. I definitely be in touch for sure.
All right, bro. Be safe, yo.
All right. Appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. Thomas, salute, family. He said, I get with you. All right, bet. Real talk, bro. That's what I love about YSM. Right. Every time he up here, it's always appreciated, man. Always something to add. And again, I told you, not enough people just don't know how to have these conversations that need to be had, make them enjoyable. Because everybody's stressing. Like, that's why I said we got so far from entertainment that when you see something normal take place, you can't even enjoy it for what it is. It's entertainment. Like, it's just entertainment, bro. It shouldn't make you mad. You shouldn't feel like I'm not. That's why I tell you, I hope people understand. I don't have ego up here. This man obviously came up here and added a different element that I wasn't speaking from. Why wouldn't I want a person like that on to talk to the people? That's weird. I don't got all the answers, bro. I know I can talk boxing and the X's and O's with the best of them. But like I told people, as you try to grow a channel, you realize that the politics game, even though it's unpopular, or the business side of it. That's just something you got to consider when you want to have more in-depth conversations, bro. I mean, hell yeah, man. Always appreciate you, Will. Always, man. So, man, much love and appreciation, man. We had a dope live, dope build, man. We over 3 hours. Salute to everybody that came here and added to the conversation. Appreciate everybody in the building. Salute to everybody in the super chat, Cash App, man. Y'all the real MVPs, man. All y'all, man. I think that's my my MO in terms of how I want to attract people here by just being level-headed and just talking and boxing and not arguing. LetsBuild, that's another level-headed guy right there that's always putting in the work. Any of y'all ain't sub to the bro LetsBuild, man, do your boy a favor and go check him out. Another real one. For sure, man. Salute to everybody in the building. This was a fun conversation, man. Y'all know we right back at it tomorrow with another dope build. As always, 4 o'clock our time, man. So with that, man, I'm not going to keep y'all here no longer, man. Y'all make sure y'all enjoy y'all holiday. For those who are celebrating, make sure y'all enjoy y'all 4th, man. It's been another good build as always. And with that, we're going to just get up out of here, family. Peace to every last one of y'all, man. Y'all enjoy y'all night, man. We out.